We're good. Just waiting for it to start. Yay! It's working. Yeah, should be good. Let me get all my shit situated. Hi. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. We are doing a little bit of a workaround today because we've done, hi, Amanda. We've done a bunch of testing. And I think as long as we put something over the chat, it should be fine. But heads up in advance, if the stream does go down, we have plan B. We will just migrate it to Patreon, or not Patreon, Discord, because all the streams that we host through Patreon are still through YouTube. So hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. Before we get started, I'm just going to get some stuff situated. So we're just vibing for a sec. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you for having alerts on. Ooh, DoorDash. That sounds so good. I actually just had breakfast. Aaron is so sweet. He went and got me a breakfast sandwich. Hi, Christine. I'm feeling so much better. Thank you. My voice sounds almost back to normal, so we love that. Yeah, everybody say hi to Aaron. Let me message my mod real quick. I'm going to have Aaron and Hannah in the chat today helping me mod things. So be on your best behavior, okay? Don't make my mods yeet you out of the stream, please. Sorry for the gross swallow noise. That was probably really loud. Okay. Oh, hey. Hi, Hannah. Never mind. I just texted you. Okay, cool. Let me do one more thing and then we will get started. I also want to give people time to filter in because I know not everyone just sits and refreshes streams like I do. Does anyone else do that when you know someone that you like is streaming? You like sit and like refresh the page? Or am I just a psychopath? Live stream. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to like the stream. Hi, Finley. Oh, yay. I'm so glad. I was thinking of you guys, too, when I was scheduling the time for this, because I was hoping that you guys would be able to be here. You guys would be able to be here. Ooh, that is so annoying. You guys would be able to... Hush. I am posting this to my Patreon right now. If you're not a patron, by the way, and you want to subscribe, there is a link in the description. We do fun live streams there once a month, sometimes with other stuff. But okay, I think we're good. I know, I'm super excited about it too. Also, heads up, we do have an overlay on the footage. I have varying degrees of opacity because I don't want YouTube to kick us off. Do you think I have money? Fair, honestly, that's super valid. As always, there's never any pressure to like be a patron or give me your money. I'm just happy that you guys are here. So yeah. I didn't trust YouTube to notify me. Yes, that's how I am. Thank you. Yeah, we're using one of my shitty artworks to hide the footage. Hopefully it works. Okay, I think we're ready, Freddie. Let's do the damn thing.
Today is my wedding day. I fell in love with my fiance without ever seeing him.
Where did my chat go?
I believe love is blind because love should see past your insecurities.
Oh no, can you guys hear my cat? I'm so sorry.
This is the biggest decision of my life, and I haven't decided if I'm going to say yes or no.
Ooh, bad
this is an experiment
vibes
to
for your wedding day, dude.
love based on who you are on the inside.
No, Echelon really did not wait one singular moment.
Every second, every hour.
I really do want to let her in the room, you guys. But she's just a lot, especially when I stream. She's like all up on the mic. This is so loud. Oh my God. Also, let me know how we feel about the audio and all that stuff. If I need to adjust anything, I can. Thank you, Mimi. That's very sweet of you.
Boyfriend season is over.
I'm fond of my
Pumpkin
artwork
season
as
is around the
well.
corner. Like, let's go.
I know, Hannah, I'm
here
so
for a
pumped.
husband.
I'm like equal parts disappointed and excited that this show still exists.
This is not going to be there. I need somebody that likes me who I am on the inside and not what I represent on the
Yes, Lori, very much red flag vibes. I just am continually frustrated by the hyper, like, gendered appearances of their living quarters. It drives me bonkers. I know, Aaron. I'm so upset. Their track record for last season is 0 for 0 or 0 for 10, or 6 or whatever. It's not good.
I feel like dating apps are convenient, but
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm glad you're doing your makeup. I hope it turns out good. Thanks for hanging out with me.
And this experiment offers
Cowboy adults, all my anxiety. Okay, sorry. I'm going to shut up so we can watch the show.
On the dating apps, and you know, for a lot of us, it kind of like filters away. Like people have certain requirements of who they want to date. I just feel like this
Yes,
is an
Hannah, everyone
opportunity
from
to
this
kinda,
last
like,
season is
fall in
broken
love
up
with
now.
someone
Even the people who
before
got married, they're
anything
all getting
else. And then
divorced.
the race, the looks, your job, your status, all of that.
Yeah,
comes on
Kristen,
top
people
of
were
that.
telling me the Japanese
Well,
version
over
of
the
the
next
show is
10
really
days, you can
good.
date a lot of single people. If you find someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, you'll propose.
And if they accept, you'll finally see your fiance.
Oh, Amanda, really? Major fat phobia vibes? I mean, I'm not
And
surprised,
then, in
but
just 4 weeks, you'll be
The show?
at your wedding where
Okay.
you'll make the biggest decision of your life.
I can't hear
In
you.
that moment, will you say
Okay.
I do?
We're gonna
to
let the cat
person
in, you
fall
guys.
love with sight unseen.
Let's all say a prayer that she doesn't jump on my
Or
desk and get all
the
up
real
in the
world
mic.
sabotage that love.
But if
and
she
when you
does-
walk away from them.
I don't know what to tell you. We have a lot of pets.
Is love truly?
Outcast 9, thanks for being
We
here.
obviously hope that you prove it is.
I don't think the replay will be able to be up on YouTube.
You guys are ready to find the
I'm
love of
gonna
your
do
life.
my best, but
Pods are now
if it's
open.
not, it'll be on Patreon for sure.
Good luck.
I'll try to put it somewhere else, but we'll see.
This is it, guys. This is it.
Got it, man. Go get her. Go find your wife.
My husband's out here.
I am so nervous.
Hi, I'm Nancy.
Yes,
All right,
Vian.
I'm gonna get
I
deep.
noticed
Are you
that about Married at First Sight.
What kind of love do you need?
I want somebody who calls me out my
Okay,
bullshit.
that's a good question.
asshole,
Oh,
I'm kind,
okay,
so it kinda
there's a
cancels
cat.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
get down,
that-
please.
That's how that works, right?
John, please, can you not put your butthole on my face?
I've always been a
over
fan
here.
of 69.
Thank you.
I can tell you my least favorite too, being on top.
Why?
It's just a lot of words.
Oh my God! You gotta put in some word.
Word,
I've
honestly, that's
been
fair.
in certain relationships where they'll get out of bed and I'll roll over and just smell the
Melanita,
pillow.
thank you.
Like I'm so ready for that.
You see?
Kids, you
Hey,
want
Shalon,
kids?
it's
I
okay.
would
You
be a
just knocked
great
over the
mom
water
to,
bottle.
like, 10 kids.
Oh my
She just
God,
knocked
that's
it
a
over.
perfect
She's
answer.
fine.
I feel like I have so much love to
With
give,
your big
and
old
I
butt.
I would love to procreate.
Okay.
You know, more.
Now she's
little
trying to rip my
babies.
headphones out of my
I've always
ears.
said I wanted a basketball team.
I do want
Christine,
to
we do
start
stand
having
echelon, except for when
children.
she knocks
Sometimes
over
it's
my
embarrassing
electrical
to go to
equipment.
those family functions and be asked.
Wait,
when
did
is
they
it
really
gonna
just say
happen?
10
There must be
kids?
something wrong with you. So I'm here because I'm looking for a husband. My ovaries are dancing.
Okay, see, this is my problem with this show.
They're open.
I like the
Oy
voice
vey.
already. I'm Bartiz.
Hey, it's Nancy. I'm loving your energy.
My grandma, she's like the happiest lady, always smiling with her big dentures just shining, you know, so I have a tattoo on my arm that says in Spanish, siempre hay algo para sonreír, which means,
Ay, Dios mío, ¿hablas español?
oh, you speak Spanish? Wait, so you know
Okay,
what
that's
that
really
means?
sweet.
Yes.
There's always
Yeah,
something
I'm
to
happy that
smile
there's more
about.
diversity this time. We'll see if that
My
carries
dad
over
was always
to
like, look,
body
whoever you
diversity.
end
Oh,
up
Kendra,
with,
thank you. Oh my
it has to
God.
be a friend. It has to
That's
be
so sweet.
your
Thank you for the
companion. He was like, you know, if
super
you guys
chat.
can't be friends, true friends,
A
where you
basketball
have each
team of
other's backs,
kids.
it's not gonna work.
Divorce,
Okay, I agree with
honestly,
that.
I hate it. My
You need
parents
to be,
are going
like,
through it.
friends,
I just hate seeing them
you know?
alone.
Yeah.
with your
I want to be able
person.
to say that I was with somebody for my entire life. I'm looking for a best friend.
Okay.
I'm literally looking for like that best friend, that companion that your dad wants for you. Oh my goodness.
What does that mean?
I have 100% been judged by my age. Many girls. have, like,
Yeah,
a
Lori,
picture of younger
kids and
guys
counting. I
that
guess we're
seem
really gunning for a
mature,
second
not
reality
ready
show, huh?
for anything serious, but I would definitely say that I have my shit together for a 25-year-old. And the missing aspect, I guess, in my life.
Oh
is
God, not
love.
the age thing again.
Who is this over
Jesus.
there?
My name is Raven.
Raven.
What's your name?
I am Bartise.
Bartise.
Yes.
Where's that from?
Just like my dad's best friend's name. He like died on a motorcycle or something, and then so my
Oh my
dad
God,
wanted
that's
me
so
to have
traumatic.
that name, but it's actually my middle name. My first name is Robert.
Oh.
Interesting.
When I was born,
Okay.
my mom was holding me in the hospital. She shook me a little bit, and she said, "Robert." I didn't move. She said, "Bartise," and I moved my head just a little bit towards her, kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and ever since
Yeah,
then,
Aaron, I
I've
missed
always
that
been
too.
Bartise.
That's actually a cute story.
Tell me how your perfect first date.
I think
was,
he
Joe.
thinks
Besides this
25
one,
is
you know?
young, or like the feedback he's gotten is that 25 is too
I teach
young.
Pilates, so I like to be active.
Which is
and
valid,
then, like,
honestly.
Let's have a drink after and like be able to talk more.
Uh-huh.
Go on a walk.
Yes, that's literally like my ideal.
Finley, I know.
You work out a lot, or what?
I'm like a serial worker outer with different trainers, so I literally work out everywhere.
Hell yeah, Raven.
For a fun dude, that's
Like, probably, like, my
ancient.
biggest passion is, like,
Christine.
Honestly,
I mean,
Really?
not wrong.
Oh my God. 100%.
In like normal world,
Before
that's
coming
like
here,
a
I was
very
8
average
weeks out
age, I
from a
feel.
physique competition, so I was training.
Okay.
Yes, women are told they're old at 30.
Don't tell me twice. Muscles completely blind me. Paralyzed.
Oh
blind.
no. Did it?
I'm helpless.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll be your girlfriend. Mistake. I'm guilty of letting a lot of things go if I like how the person looks, which in a lot of ways can be
Okay. Everybody
pretty-
chill. There is 1,000% no more. Ah, there we go. Ha ha ha. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello, everybody. So the issue, I think, is that even the audio gets copyright ID'd. So I don't know what to do because I would rather stay here, honestly. And we don't even have a Discord set up yet. But I don't know. What do you want to do?
I mean, Discord is the safest.
Yeah, I think Discord is probably our safest option.
You can try, if you want to try it with the opacity one up all the way.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I'm going to try it with the opacity on Love is Blind higher just to see. I know it's not ideal for you guys because you can't super see it. But if that's the only way I can get it to stay on YouTube, then we might just have to do that.
Add one more just to be safe.
Another one?
Yeah, why not?
It's already at 75% opacity, baby. Like, you can't see anything.
Okay.
Self-destructive, you know? But I'm really trying to work
You can't see anything with that. And this
on
is like
that,
slightly
and
better.
That's why I'm here.
I am literally just streaming Love is Blind from Netflix, so I would have to download the audio and then distort it. Blind watching Love is Blind. I know, I'm sorry. I feel so bad. When we tested it earlier today, it didn't yeet it quite so fast. And I was hoping the distortion would be fine. But notification sounds during the audio, honestly, that's not a bad idea. Well, fuck. We're going to try this for a little while. If it yanks it again.
I'll start setting up a Discord in the meantime.
Yeah, will you do that?
Just ask
Thank you. What did Hannah say? Yeah. Aaron's going to start setting up a Discord and...
I'm definitely calling it Mickey's Clubhouse.
Ew, I hate that. Gross. Yes, the Discord will be free. So we're going to set that up, and then if we get booted again.
Do you want the fancy shit or just make a... I'll just make a
You
server.
here, my it's in my wallet. Yeah, just go get that. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're making commentary content here. The actual footage of it is so small. I have it distorted. Mickey's I know. Aaron is so cute and also so annoying sometimes. It's not the name that I would have chosen, but I don't hate it. Okay, so we're going to watch some more of Love is Blind for a minute. Aaron's going to set up a Discord because I have a feeling we're going to get booted again. And if and when we do, then I will make sure to put the link in the chat so you guys can hang out there with me instead. Downloading intensifies. Yeah, definitely do that. Yeah, that's fair. Juliana. Yeah, we'll try and pause more often. I don't know if I can mess with the audio in real time because I would have to record it first, I think. Let me see. Nope. Close. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's something that I can do, but I don't know to what degree it's like feasible to me or feasible for me to be doing it right now, literally while I'm live. So we're just... Okay, cool. Fair enough. Let's watch some more, and everybody keep your fingers crossed. We're going to pause more often, so.
My name is SK.
SK.
Yeah. It's just S and K.
What do you do?
I work in tech.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Baylor.
Oh, okay, Baylor.
I am actually getting ready to go to grad school as well. I'll be heading to Berkeley.
Yes. Yeah, I'll make sure to put the link for it up on the community tab of YouTube and all of that stuff.
I am originally from Nigeria.
Join the jamboree. Finn.
Cool. Yeah, 2 of my best girlfriends growing up actually were Nigerian.
Oh, wow, okay. Something that want in a
We're
woman
going to try
is
and
someone
pause
who's
more.
educated and not completely ignorant, thinking Africa is a country. Someone
Okay,
once
yeah, that's a
asked me
fair
if we
ask,
had,
I think.
a lion as a pet before. Like, they're just roaming around in your backyards.
I love you too, Finley.
All right, time to actually give me my husband.
Boy.
I'm a terrible
Thank
flirter.
you.
Oh gosh, what is a non-awkward Colleen flirt?
Oh boy.
So, do you want to like espresso martinis? Like, I don't know what to say. It's
Yeah,
like with my hands,
Juliana,
like, I don't
I'm
know what
getting
to do with
those
my hands.
vibes.
But here,
There's just a lot.
Like,
I
don't know who
understand the
they
point.
are, so they...
I understand the point of the show is to get married. I get that, but it is still hard to watch the like feralness with which people are like insistent that they need to get married. It's just like really a lot, you know.
don't know who I am, and I think they're just gonna like my bubbly personality, and I think
Aaron
they're
is in
gonna
here teaching me
really
how to
like,
do things.
you know,
Here,
talking to a ballet
do you want the
dancer.
mouse?
Not every day you get to talk to one, and really get to
Don't
just
mind
see
Aaron. He's
who Colleen
helping.
is. I'm a ballet dancer.
Ballet is very physically extensive. So you gotta
Exactly.
have
I think he
your
meant
body in good
intensive, but
shape.
that's fine.
True.
What kind of things do you
Ew,
do?
again with
I'm
the
a
like
ballet
trying to
dancer,
screen if
so
people are
very
fat or not.
different.
Do you like pop your entire body, like all of your joints on
you,
your
Lev.
body?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll like bend
Okay.
into the side, and my friends will be like, "It looks like you're passing gas a little bit."
Tell me about yourself, Colleen.
Yeah,
I'm a
Finley, it's
ballet
happening
dancer.
again.
I just am so lucky that I get to live a life where I'm doing my passion.
I love that you do ballet, and I chased
Yes.
after college. I got what I wanted,
Ashoka, we're
and I
gonna
was
try to put the
stop
replay up
fulfilling.
here.
Yeah.
If I can't,
This
then it
year
will for
I'm
sure
a
be on
wildlife
Patreon.
photographer.
We will try to put
Mostly
it
big cats in Africa.
somewhere
Wait,
at least.
so you've been to Africa?
Last year, I was in
Yes,
Germany,
Iris.
Istanbul,
Totally
and,
defeats the purpose of this being blind, which is so annoying.
Wow. My name's Colleen. What's yours?
Colleen?
Yes.
My name's
Mhm.
Cole.
Wait, Cole?
You go,
Yeah, it's just
Amanda.
like
Get
an
that
African
cheeseburger,
name.
babe.
Oh my God, perfect.
How do you spell Colleen?
Okay, 2 L's, 2 E's.
Colleen. Okay.
Jelly bean Colleen.
That's a
Did you
beautiful
know
name. I
Cole
like
is a
it.
ballet
Colleen.
dancer?
Wait, how do you spell Cole then?
It's C-O-L-E.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So not like the Cole like Santa.
No,
Who
I'm
would
great
spell their
at
name
spelling,
like
but
Cole, like Santa?
So, Colleen, tell me about yourself.
I'm a ballet dancer.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I still dance professionally now. Very flexible, super limber. There you
Oy
go.
vey.
Go.
I do the splits. That's all you gotta know.
You had me at
Like, what? Why are we talking about
Oh
this?
my gosh. Colleen is flexible. I'm sold.
Yeah, Juliana, I'm picking up those vibes.
I
It
wanna
reminds
make
me
a
of
lot
like
of
when middle
babies,
school girls
for
finally
sure.
are able
Like,
to
right
do that
now,
like
if I could just, like,
foot above
snap
head
and they would all
thing,
appear, I'd
and
say,
that's
like,
all their
7.
Instagram feed
But
looks like.
Real world dating.
It's just like very
sucks.
young, I
It's been one of
feel.
the hardest things is dating as an adult. In high school,
Lydia, that's
easy.
true. It
You
is a
got
very
massive
common get to know you
schools
question of
choose
like the
from.
what
In
do you do for a
college,
living,
easy.
so
You're
that's
living on
valid.
campus, there's babes everywhere. You become an adult, it's like you're at the office working all the time. When am I really gonna meet my wife in the grocery store? I did see a hot girl on the toilet paper aisle and started a conversation, but it's like, how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna lock that up? I'm never gonna see her again.
I mean, like, valid, I get that, but I don't know that Love is Blind as a TV show is like the answer, you know?
No, you're a nurse.
Yeah. What do you mean no?
No, I just no. Nurses are off the table.
Yeah,
I don't do
Lori,
nurses.
that's probably fair.
I don't do nurses. What are you drinking right
What does
now?
that mean? You don't do
beer.
nurses?
No way. You're a beer girl.
Oh yeah, I'm usually like a light beer with olives.
She likes beer with
Olives.
olives. Ugh.
What does that mean? Wait, is that a thing? Can you have olives in your beer? Because I like olives and I like beer.
This is Zenub.
Zenub?
Yes.
Oh, you win
Yeah,
the
Finley,
coolest name
same.
award.
Thank you.
So Zenub,
Yeah,
tell me
the
about
social
you. Who
media
are
thing
you?
too.
Can I know your name?
My name
Hannah,
is Cole.
yes,
What do you do?
very much
I work
so.
in real
There is
estate.
not
I
actually a
agent
person
help
on this
with
show who is like
houses.
plus size,
So I'm
plus sized.
basically a mogul,
I
you
appreciate
know?
like the somewhat attempt
First
at diversity, but
concert I ever
still.
went to was a Jonas Brothers concert, and this is a deal breaker. Do you like the Jonas Brothers?
Yeah.
Like, we'd all marry one of them. They're all hunks.
She seems
I'm
like
a
really
picky
over
guy.
his shit.
You gotta be able to banter. If you can't
Yeah,
banter,
beer with
I'm not
olives
going
is
to
an
sleep
interesting
next to
choice.
it, right?
I
I'm not
like
taking
beer
a
and I
road
like
trip with
olives,
you.
and so I want to
You're
try
not
it together,
having
but I
my
feel like it won't be
You can't make
good.
me laugh.
I've never heard of
And
that.
I'm looking for a wife. Where are you
But
at,
also, I'm not like a
wifey?
beer
Come at
person. I
me.
don't drink
Let's get
fancy
it
beer, so like
on.
maybe I just wouldn't know. There's cat hair all over
Who
my
would win in a
face.
fight, a bear or a gorilla?
Okay, this like what is this question? This is the thing that frustrates me about this show is that I feel like we oscillate between like trying to figure out what a person looks like by asking like covert questions and asking questions that make absolutely no sense and like not really doing the thing where we're trying to get to know someone. Not that I'm advocating for people like emotionally bleeding all over each other right off the bat either, but I just am like very frustrated by the setup here. Like also too, I'm so curious, like do the producers sit down with people and be like, this is what we are looking for, or do they just let people run wild? Because I would imagine it makes for better TV to let people just do whatever the fuck they want. But like in the realm of trying to make this successful, like why are we not coaching people about like, here's some sample questions that you can ask yourself? I don't know, it's just weird.
Like a gorilla's got muscles, but the
Yeah,
bear's
the
just
silly
gonna
questions aren't
bite
like a
him in the
bad, and I
neck.
guess it's like kind of similar to a first date in that like you would sort of do that, I guess, but
Not to be an asshole, but like, no. When I look at myself, yeah, I mean, like, I could stand.
No.
Like, wait, like, I could, but like, I don't like necessarily want to.
okay.
I very much love
Great.
meat. Like, I like to eat, and I love to eat, and I never want to be like, oh my god, like, sorry, like, I can't eat this. Like, I've never been like that. I'm very.
I'm gonna throw something. I am so frustrated that we finally got some plus size representation. Granted, it's a plus size person who still very much fits into the like what a plus size body should be thing. And the talking head that they have with her is her talking about how she could lose weight, sure, but she loves to eat. Like, this is not true. For anyone who doesn't know, plus size people are not always plus size because we just eat too much. Like, a vast majority of the way that your body looks and is shaped has to do with genetics. And so like it's super, super frustrating to me when people talk about plus sizeness as if it's only a representation of like lack of willpower, liking to eat too much, not exercising, because there are so many plus size people who eat like, you know, what like dietitians and doctors would consider like a healthy diet, and are active and are healthy and their bodies still look the way that they do. Like, this is not like, that's just not the way that it works. Yeah, we're just doing one episode today. Honestly, I don't even think I could make it through more than one episode today if I tried. Ooh.
Confident in who I am, and I deserve someone who understands that. What's your name?
My name's Brennan.
Brennan.
Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Alexa.
Alexa.
What do you do for fun?
I love food.
Oh, hell yeah.
I always try to try new foods.
What's your like
Yeah.
favorite dish to make?
Oh, my favorite dish to make is like shashuka or
Oh my,
or
you know
tacos.
how to make
Mouse again.
shakshuka?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's like one of my favorite things to eat ever. Oh my god, we're gonna have a shakshuka off.
I'm definitely gonna lose. Don't
Okay,
like call
that's
me like,
cute.
"Not
this
good."
We
is
love food in
amazing.
common.
I love like big gatherings. So anything that we can like make that everybody just like
Yes,
digs into.
all
Oh
day.
God,
I'm
Emma, the
into it.
cringe gets
Like on Easter,
worse.
we do like a big crawfish
How much
boil
worse can it
usually.
get?
Oh, that's
So-
awesome.
I've
My
actually never
family,
had
they're all
crawfish. That
Israeli.
sounds
When
really
I lived
good,
in
though.
Israel,
I've heard
that's,
it's
like, what we
delicious.
did. All the time I would host Shabbat dinners at my house there. Like my great grandma lived there, and I was the
Aw.
first grandchild and great grandchild ever to cook for her.
I'm
Okay,
the
that's
only
sweet.
great grandson that my great grandma taught her tacos de papas recipe to.
You're obviously the favorite, and I'm the favorite.
No?
Yeah.
We're just like perfect match over
Aaron's
here.
mad at me because I don't have Discord
yeah.
already
I want
downloaded
to.
on my
Do you want to
computer.
get married now?
Normally I just
What is
use the
happening?
desktop. Can we fast forward through the music, baby?
You married yet or what?
No, everybody shut up.
exhausted.
The music's gonna get me taken down.
Tony, like all the same girl. What? This guy. We like
The Discord is only if we get taken down again. And it is very easy to make a Discord account for what it's worth. And it will be free. Carolina, I do deserve some crawfish. I don't know where I would find well-made crawfish in Tucson, though, to be fair. It seems like a southern thing. And we're like very much southwest.
We already engaged.
Huh?
It's like first date
There's crawdads up north. There's crawdads
Oh.
up north.
I was gonna say, just, I can't.
I don't think I'm anywhere up near this guy's top.
Yeah, but not crawdads from the lake, though.
Absolutely had a checklist.
Yeah.
No kids, no smoker. Those check boxes.
I don't.
and what
Yes.
I've been doing outside of
Yeah.
here,
Don't
check
get
off.
crawfish in Arizona. Thank you. That's what I thought.
Unapologetic.
Yeah, Mateo, the
over
Jewish
here.
representation is nice. I thought so too.
Go over here so I have some privacy. At the end of day one, Andrew, I can tell he's extremely intelligent. That voice is like butter.
I have like
Okay.
3 of the girls that they own Dogecoin.
Cole is just that people person.
Cole
His
seems-
voice is inviting, and you can't help but like smile when you hear it. Brennan is a
Okay.
foodie.
I was like, I like a spicy
Okay,
girl.
thanks, baby.
Definitely felt like he was very confident.
Aaron keeps trying to talk to me while I have my headphones
He's
on and I can't hear
charismatic,
him.
smooth talker.
That's
He
why
just
I
seems
keep
quite
staring off into the
logical. I
distance.
need that in my life. Knowing that people have gone through this experiment and are still married.
Yeah,
and
I've
still
heard,
happy. Who's to say that can't happen?
I guess
for me?
in
I'm ready to be
the
through
South,
that.
like Louisiana and like those like coast states, crawfish is like very much a thing, and I would like to try it because it looks interesting. I like seafood, so
Yeah, heat it up. Probably everyone.
yeah, man, on same. There's already a 3rd season. Sorry, friends.
It's only day 2.
For those of you who don't know, by the way, I got
I'm
my
very
tonsils out a while ago,
And I feel
and
very
so my
good
throat is
about
still a little
saying
weird.
that
But we're
I
good.
will
We're much
leave
better.
this experiment with my best friend. And it's scary, but I think that
Yes, Louisiana,
like,
the
I've
state,
always
not
trusted my
LA,
gut,
the city.
And I've always
Oh, why are we crying? Oh, I have such mixed emotions about stuff like this. Poor baby. Okay, this is weird. What is this montage?
Arms up to the ceiling. Take a big inhale. Now with your chin to your chest, slowly let's start to articulate our spines as we dive forward. I like a lot of things about Bartiz. I
Oh, no,
feel
did
like
something happen, Finley?
we
Is the
literally
stream
might be
fucked
the
up?
Same person. We have the same interests.
Oh, why is she
Lower
crying?
the
I don't
knees
know.
down,
I kind of
right
missed
underneath
it.
the hips for some cat-cows.
Is
Our
this the season from
face.
Seattle? I don't know. Is
hard
it?
for me to sit still or like be around slow people, you know?
Can someone fact check that?
Got a yoga ball in here. Do you have a huge yoga ball in
Yes,
your room?
Bryn. That's one of my giant frustrations also. Is the expectation that you would actually form enough of a relationship with someone in this vehicle in 10 days that you would feel comfortable committing to them legally for like the foreseeable future. I think that's just
All right, couch is moved. I got
not
plenty of space.
responsible.
Okay, all fours with the ball behind your feet.
What is going on? Are we... Okay, I mean, I guess I can get behind her sharing a hobby with him, but... And like, good for him for doing it.
Straight arms.
Yep.
Let your head go, round your spine, and pull your abs up before the ball moves.
This is interesting.
Okay. Like
Next one
round
is
your
Seattle.
back
Oh, yeah. This one's from Texas, I
as
think.
much as you can.
The more red the state, the better the barbecue. Oh, no. I don't know about all that.
Yeah. Oh, my feet and ankles hurt. Yep.
Okay, is this kind of a weird segment? Yes, but like, A, the producers probably needled them into doing this, and B, I appreciate that he's willing to try it and not just lie and say that he is.
You already got me hot-button and did that,
So
and
like,
now I'm sweating.
you know, good for him for engaging. Good for her for sharing,
So,
like being vulnerable
I
about
teach
something that she
Pilates,
cares
that's
about.
full time. Also,
Oh,
I'll
something
say
vulnerable is happening.
this is a big thing for me to even say.
Yeah.
I really like you.
Oh.
And I just want to be as transparent as possible. I do, like on the weekends, like I do some service industry things
Okay.
that I know can be challenging for men.
She's a dancer.
Like what kind of stuff? Like you strip?
Aw.
No, okay.
Ellie,
I don't
that's
consider that
sweet.
service industry, but, I mean,
Um,
maybe it is.
No,
it is.
no,
It
that
is.
was a joke.
Okay.
That was a joke.
Yeah. No, I've never stripped ever.
Okay, but
I'm
why are
here
we
for it.
acting
I
like being
love
a stripper is a bad thing?
I've been doing like
What's wrong with that?
sometimes bottle service at one place and just recently bartending at one place.
Is this a bad thing? I feel like bartending is pretty standard fare, no?
So
Yeah, I mean
that can be a lot.
That can be a lot.
Can
I
it?
mean, for me, it's like I would feel confident. Like,
Am I missing
in our
something?
relationship and in myself. Like I know you're
Yeah,
mine. I know you.
what's
Like I'm yours. So no, yeah, that's not a problem for me at all.
Ew. Okay.
said that.
First of all, this bears unpacking. I understand that everyone brings their own insecurities and feelings into relationships, and like it's never, I think, a reasonable goal to be like a fully self-actualized human being. And also it's like very exclusionary. I think this idea that like you have to be like perfectly healthy in order to be worthy of a partner, because that's not true and it's also fucked up. So I don't want to say that, but I just am like confused and weirded out by the expectation that a female partner being a bartender or like working in bottle service would be inappropriate or like a deal breaker or something that's challenging for a male partner. Like, why? Like, who cares, you know? Yeah, who cares if you have, I don't know if it's like the second job thing or if she's insinuating that because like especially for bottle service, a lot of that is like, you know, like trying to get people to buy more and spend more, so you get more money. But and like sometimes flirting is a really useful vehicle to do that. But like it's all covered under the umbrella of like your profession, you know? I just don't, yes, it is very much a purity culture. But then also like we want you to expose yourself and like for this show to be as salacious as possible. Like I don't understand. Yeah. Well, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Hannah, like dressing in a way to get more tips and stuff, but like that's so common fare, I feel like. And also like if your partner, like your male partner doesn't appreciate and understand the impact of like patriarchal culture and sexism, and it's like well and truly intimidated by you needing to utilize like use the patriarchy to benefit yourself, then like I don't know, I would argue that they have some further work to do, you know? It's yeah, I don't know, this is a weird take. I don't know if the producers set this up or if they really feel this way, but another thing that I wanted to unpack too is this idea that like, oh well, I know you're mine and so therefore I'm not insecure about it. Like I don't know that that is like the most responsible way to deal with this, because it very much banks on this idea of like I own you and so therefore I don't have to feel insecure, when the reality is that that's not ever really true. A relationship between two independent and autonomous human beings should be about a mutual partnership, about complementing one another, enriching one another's lives, not about owning another person for the sake of feeling comfortable, you know? Like I don't know, this feels like a weird take. Yeah, Finley, I don't know that it feels very healthy to me either. Yeah, it could be a cultural difference too. I don't know. I think it's strange. And in an ideal world, we are viewing our partner as an independent human who is like making the choice to be with us, and not as someone that like I have some weird ownership claim over you and so therefore I don't have to feel insecure. I think there's just like a perspective shift there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Carolina, that's fair. Like not having practical or not having time on the weekend to spend time, like go on dates and stuff with your partner. That's like a practical issue to be worked through. Yeah, Juliana, like hiding behind the couch and the balls, like very interesting.
I'm glad you told me.
I just don't understand why we're talking about this as if it's some earth-shattering disclosure.
Having clarity and confidence is like
doesn't matter.
a big thing for me. And Bartiz hits the nail on the head.
Yeah, that's true. She very well could have had negative experiences with past partners. She shouldn't have, because it's literally not a fucking big deal. But whatever.
I mean, clearly.
Okay, he's my number one.
Is he? I love that.
Why is she rolling her eyes?
I can see you guys vibing so hard.
I'm glad that our number.
Yeah, Finley, that's true. If they get married and do the thing, then they'd be together during the week anyways.
She's the only one who doesn't release it. So that's what makes it fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm noticing
I know I
probably
will
some
have a
past
good
rejection
life with
stuff.
him. I know I'll have a good life. We will have a good life together.
I was like, you're so funny.
How can you
We
know
literally
that?
joke all the time.
You think that you would have like the same type? Or
I don't understand what that
But
means.
she comes across as she's very bubbly. And that's just very agreeable with any kind of person, right? Especially
Oh,
any kind
no.
of, you know?
yeah.
Nancy is like that person.
Let's
like,
not do this,
you see in
Raven.
Walmart from high school and you're like, you know, like, hey.
Oh my
But
God.
also like, I might act like I'm busy and we don't have to talk. So it's hard. It's hard to handle.
This is like
the
some mean
anxiety
girl
of
shit.
Feeling like Bartiz could be
Yeah.
making these same kinds of connections with other people.
Like, I appreciate
think
the
about it a lot.
disclosure.
Bartiz, he's like, you know, very flirty. Like, we're just like so organic, so comfortable, like literally the same person.
Yes. Why are there no therapists or like emotional
If
support
I hear
resources?
someone
It's very
say
frustrating.
Bartiz, oh, my ears perk up, and I'm like,
Oh no.
no, Nancy, walk away, honey.
Okay, I think the other thing about this, I want to be like super clear. I'm not like coming for Raven or Nancy because I think this is like a somewhat normal reaction when you're put in a situation like this. I'm just frustrated by the way that Netflix organizes this show because it does breed this like competitive energy thing, especially because we're in season 3 now, and I think it's fair to say that a vast majority of the people on this show want to make it into like the second round, so that they can like get the boost to their Instagram, they can get the brand deals, they get the notoriety. They want to be like part of the Love is Blind legacy like we talked about in season 2, right? And so Netflix sets up this environment where they're like almost competing for like not only a partner, but also for like being financially successful, for being like, you know, given the ability to like leave their day job if they want to. Like all of those things is like, it's just a lot of resources for Netflix to like hold as a little carrot in front of them. And so like I get why they are behaving this way towards one another, but it's still so disappointing, you know, because they do this song and dance, like especially Nick and Vanessa Lachey do this song and dance of like, we are so interested in love and happy, healthy relationships, but also we're going to put you in this environment that like brings out the worst parts of you, that makes you feel insecure, that breeds this competitive environment, and that causes people to like maybe not feel like their best selves. And then we're going to televise it so that like the world can rip you apart. Like it makes me so sad and so frustrated. A dog for comfort, honestly. Wait, Aaron, what are we talking about after the stream? We could have a Discord for the Patreon even if we don't. Yes, Christine, I do want to do a Discord for the Patreon. I have some ethical concerns about it. But we are trying to like sort out a good solution. So of course, Aaron has a PowerPoint, not even surprised. I think any level of emotional support that they provided them would be useful though. Even if it's just like a 10-minute download with an objective person, to help them have space to process what they're feeling, to talk about what they're noticing, and just like unfiltered thoughts that it's off camera, that's away from all of the other like contestants. Ellie, I think that was the other thing too. When they were like shitting on Nancy for being bubbly and excited, it feels very much the thing that like the patriarchy does, where it pits women against women and like the pick me thing. And I don't want to insinuate that Raven's like a shitty person, because I don't think that's true either. But like this is a common thing to happen, is to like shit on women who express these like hyper feminine or like things that we associate with femininity, like the bubbly, excited thing. In hopes that we will get like street cred with the boys, you know? And so it's, again, like, I think a byproduct of the environment that they're in, where they're trying to set each other or set themselves apart from each other to get noticed by men, which is inherently a fucking problematic setup. Like, it just bothers me. Off camera doesn't make money, Daniel. I know, but like I can dream, you know? Aaron and I talk all the time about how if I ever got like a Netflix show or something like this, that we would be like so staunch about like we're hiring therapists, we're putting people on staff to like take care of these people. Because like also they have the money and they have the resources to do this, but they just don't want to. And it's frustrating to me. It bothers me.
All
right, moving on.
My husband, like my one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to start twitching.
Christine, yes.
If
Yeah,
homegirl
see, like,
shoots
this is
her shot with
frustrating.
Bartiz,
then I'm gonna let Bartiz figure that out.
I think that's a healthy attitude to have, though.
Good luck, sister.
Talk to Christine about making a show. See, Carolina, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you can still make entertaining content while behaving ethically. Like, that's what I try to fucking do anyway.
No, I know, but it's on the topic of that. When I was in grad school, I actually was an egg donor.
Interrupting the writers. No, literally.
And on average, I would give,
that would be me.
The 8 times I did it, I would give those family anywhere from 25 to 30 eggs.
Whoa,
So
that's a lot of
technically,
eggs.
It could be like 100, up to 100 Nancys out there.
Okay, well,
I'm
that's not how
their
that works.
mother, and I definitely not whatsoever see these offspring as my children.
It's just like a
However,
piece
they
of
are
genetic
out
material.
there. But if the child turns 18 and wants to know who their biological
Yeah,
mother
Aaron
is,
agreed.
I did sign paperwork that would allow them to have my information.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Some
cool.
friends stopped being my friends when I did this because, it's against what God was meant to do for pregnancy. And
Rude.
although I've not birthed a child, like just having partners in the past who said, now you have kids without my sperm.
That's
like
not
a
true.
very manly mindset of it all.
It's toxic masculinity
I
is
don't know
what
how
you're
you feel
referring
about
to,
that.
Nancy. But also good on her for making the disclosure and allowing a partner to decide. I think that's fair.
That's
like,
crazy.
is it a thing that should be upsetting? No. But I hear
First of
where
all,
she's
thank
coming
you,
from.
like, for sharing that. But that's like not, I don't see that as an issue. I think that's beautiful that you were helping multiple families. When I would hope that the kids, when they turn 18, reach out to you, because I would want to reach out to my biological mother just to meet her at least one time and see like where I actually came from.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of kids.
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to unpack this a little bit, though. I know I'm pausing it every 5 seconds. Sorry. Does she know that she isn't asexually? No, literally. Oh, fuck. I forgot what I was going to say. All right, never mind. We're just watching.
I love the kid talk.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want kids?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I remember what I was going to say now. I kind of take issue with these things, though, because, yeah, that's true. Feeling it is good for the stream. I do really wonder about these types of conversations, whether a person just feels like pressured into like being the cool person about it, you know, and saying like, oh, I don't see that as a problem, or oh, I don't think that's a deal breaker for me, just because they don't want to create a conflict. Like it's very common for people to be conflict averse. This is something that I help folks work through all the time. And so I wonder to what degree someone would feel pressured into saying like, oh, no, that doesn't bother me. And then to walk away and be like checking that person off my list, you know? Because I just find it hard to believe that someone would be comfortable being like, oh no, I think that's a sin, you know, like, ooh, that's a deal breaker for me, like right to somebody's face. And so I do also wonder about how useful these conversations actually are, especially when we're like, if someone is doing that, where they're saying one thing and then walking away with a different understanding, that the other person doesn't really get the chance to like know that, you know what I'm saying? It feels weird, and like not like fair, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Netflix does need to show everybody that we need universal healthcare. Kind of sad that these girls are bringing out these extremely understandable situations to these men and acting like it's super shocking. Yes, Juliana, same. I feel like also a lot of the vulnerable emotional disclosures so far have come from the women in the show, which is frustrating because the whole point is that everyone is supposed to be vulnerable and whatever, and I feel like that, especially in this season, is not the case. My hair is driving me nuts. Okay, let's keep watching.
I want a girl first and then a boy, but ideally.
I like that concept. No, I think honestly, in a perfect world, I would be a great mom to 10 kids.
Okay, I think there's some ethical questions there, but we're not even going to go into that.
Healthy one.
Yeah.
Yummy.
What does that mean?
A couple kids in you.
Ew. I don't like that.
Did we talk about when you would want kids?
If I had to put an age to it, I think 34 would be ideal. 33, 34, which is like a few years from now.
Yeah.
I don't think I know how old you are, Bartiz.
But also, okay, hold on. Let's let Bartiz
25.
answer how old he is.
Not
Are you
joking.
serious?
I'm serious, yeah.
You're 25?
Great. Okay, we've talked about this on the channel before. For the sake of repeating myself and making it obvious, I really want to encourage folks to let go of this idea that A, you have any control over the sex or gender of your children, but Aaron, stop it. But B, that it's acceptable or like healthy to go into parenthood with expectations like that anyways, because again, the reality is that you can't control that. We can't predict that. It doesn't matter what genitals or like biological sex your child is born with. That doesn't speak to what their future gender identity will look like, what their gender expression will look like, the way that they want to live their lives. Like, this is a really inappropriate expectation to be putting on little children. If you feel like you will be incomplete without a son or without a daughter, it's just not a fair expectation to put on a child, because they shouldn't exist to soothe your own ego stuff or to make you feel better about yourself. Children ideally are beings that we're bringing into the world, or beings that we're choosing to care for. Oh, is the stream okay? Is something happening? It looks fine. It's fine. Beings that we're choosing to care for because we love them and because we will love them unconditionally and endlessly, regardless of like who they are and what they look like. And so I want to encourage folks to let go of that, because it's just really not a fair expectation to be putting on tiny humans. I think there are also some ethical questions to be asked about whether it actually is feasible to be an effective caregiver for 10 children, especially when we are operating under the pretense that like one parent is primary caregiver, because it's just really a lot of emotional and practical labor to be putting on a person. I'm very interested to see what's going on with the age conversation too. Sorry, I just went on a rant and I wasn't really looking at the chat. Sorry. Wanting 10 kids at 31 is brave. Yeah, it's a lot of kids. Yeah, and at 33, 34, also too, that's the thing that you don't have any control over. Like, you can start trying to have children or trying to conceive children or trying to become a caregiver for children at that age, but you have no guarantee that that's exactly when it will happen, you know? Yeah, Iris, of course. It's really traumatizing too. Like, I've seen this happen to folks whose parents expected them to look or be a certain way, and then it doesn't happen, and it's like a rejection trauma that you have to work through because your primary caregivers accidentally or implicitly communicate this message that I only am approving and loving towards you if you meet what I think are the acceptable expectations, and that's a fucked up thing to do to a child.
25.
Yeah,
Oh,
Evangeline,
shit.
exactly.
Wait, I have to get up for this. Are you serious?
I am serious.
Do you know how old I am?
Yeah, you told me 31, right?
That doesn't scare you?
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's not
Last
the
girl I
best
dated was
age
31,
difference,
that
I
was when I was
won't
24.
lie.
Wow. I'm like actually shocked.
I mean, I hear that.
Yeah, I'm taking it back some.
I'm a young buck. Fucking talking about getting pumped full of kids from a fucking kid.
Okay, I think
I'm
we're
not here to play
really
games. And when I think
overusing.
of 25, I think of games. In the real
Overusing
world,
that
I would
sentiment.
never accept a date from a 25-year-old. I am ready to be married.
Mhm.
I know that it's the right time for me
Leslie,
and
yeah.
where I'm at in my
To be fair,
life.
though, not all people I think are equipped to be foster parents. It's a
worry
really
that it
emotionally
might not
trying
be
thing.
for Bartiz
And
because of
ideally
the
something
age
that we're
gap.
doing from a place
Had I
of
not had
care and
experience
compassion
with
for our
Glimmer,
community and for those kids,
I
and
don't think
not
I
from
would date
trying to
anyone
like
in the world.
buy a child to ease like this desire to be a parent, you know? Because I think a lot of people do walk in with that expectation of like, it's almost like a puppy pound, and like it's not. They're human beings, you know? So I think it's also fair if she isn't emotionally equipped to do that, she doesn't have to, you know?
In general, where you get the surface level, superficial snapshot of somebody's life, of what they want you to see.
Stream, don't go
not
down.
who they are.
I keep seeing dips in the thing, and I'm like, oh god, did it go down again?
Proposing somebody in 10 days is still, to me, like crazy.
Gonna need a drink
But
after this. Because it
I
is
hope
crazy.
all that
Proposing
matters
after
is
10
love.
days is crazy.
That's what
Why
I
are you
wanna
on the
believe.
show?
Come
Get
on.
out of here.
Hello?
Oh,
Brennan.
absolutely.
Like,
If the woman was 25 in that
How you doing
equation, no
today?
one would be batting
It's
an
just been really
eye.
hard 'cause I'm really
Which,
close to my family and I talk
you
to
know,
them like every
is a
single
different
day.
conversation
Yo,
for
oh my
another
gosh.
day.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
Really?
Juliana,
Yeah.
thank you.
Tell me about like
Gonna need
your
a drink
parents
after this
and your
drink.
relationships
I'm
with
so
them.
stressed.
My mom and dad like split. I think I was like 6 months old.
Oh, wow, that's really young.
And it was tough growing up because I don't
Yeah.
think they communicated very well.
Yeah,
So, like,
Iris
you
foster
know, getting
is
picked up
super,
on the
super
weekends
intense.
or getting dropped off. It was
process.
It felt like there was a lot of hatred between them, and that was hard.
No,
because
Leslie, I know.
was,
Yeah.
you know, me and my
I think it's a
brother were
valid
the people that were
suggestion.
between them, so it felt like that hatred
And
was
certainly
geared
not
towards
like
me,
a
and I know
mean
it
or
wasn't.
shitty thing to say.
And there's never any yelling. It's just like it felt like hate.
I mean, really, I probably do, but I also don't want
I
to
don't
be
even know if
shammered on
my mom
stream.
knew, like, I
So,
was- right
you
when I
know,
was going to
probably
sleep,
not a
I'd,
good
like,
look.
cover my head with the blankets and just like cry
Aw.
myself to sleep. So many nights.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of stuff. There was a lot of shit throughout the years that, you know, just kind of came up. But my
Oh
family,
no,
like,
is it
extremely
freezing?
important to me.
I'm gonna pause it. Is it stream? Is it? Oh, it. No, it doesn't look frozen. I think it's okay. Okay. For what it's worth, though, this type of hell yeah, Amanda, get your cheeseburger. This type of disclosure, especially from somebody who typically, like, by societal standards would be like negatively reinforced for sharing emotions, I think it's like super important to practice like reflective listening skills and like active listening skills for this type of stuff, especially if you're noticing like a difficulty with disclosure or vulnerability in your relationship. Really responding with like encouragement and validation is helpful in this regard, regardless of the gender of your partner, honestly. But like if you want to see more of that vulnerable emotional disclosure, responding in a way that indicates like not only is this like an acceptable thing to do, but I appreciate this, I value this, and like I'm here for this is a useful skill, because we don't want to try and force people to share if they're not ready to. But when they do make those disclosures, it's nice to like encourage that and like communicate that by the way that you're listening, that like this is something that I'm looking for in our relationship. What is going on? My sister wanted 12 kids when she was young, and now she has one, and thinks 2 is the max. Yeah. That's the other thing about when people say I want 10 children, like you don't even have one yet. So maybe like start with 1 and see how it goes. Cause I've heard that, caring for children is pretty metal. Seems like a lot. Yeah. I mean, kids are hard to care for, you know, like they're, very like emotionally demanding little beings, because they're like, you know, you're a tiny human, but with none of the regulatory skills. It is very much a full-time job caring for a child. Oh no, what are Cole's red flags?
Yeah.
Whenever I marry somebody, like I want to see their family the same way that they see my family.
Yeah. It would really, really bother me if my in-laws did not like me.
I get that.
And like, of course, if it's like fundamental things that are like, you know, then it's either it won't.
What do you mean by
like,
fundamental?
Like if they don't like the fact that I'm Jewish, like that's like a fundamental part of me. Not a fundamental,
Yeah.
like I'm not super religious by any means, but like I am Jewish and I'm proud to be Jewish.
Hi,
and
Jewel.
I'm proud
Thanks for
to
coming to the
have an
live.
Israeli family, and I love that. But if someone like had a big issue with that, like there's nothing I can do about that, you know?
Yeah. I don't want someone to like, or someone's family to not accept me. I just want people to judge me for me. So
Yeah.
I completely agree.
So like
I think
when
that's
my
super fair.
parents like got a divorce, my dad had full custody and all of that.
Yeah.
Like I'm the second one. Like I have a sister who's a year older than me, but like I was always the one in charge of everything. Like with my 2 younger brothers, like
Ooh.
growing up.
Wait, you have 3 siblings?
I'm one of 6.
No
Whoa.
way.
Yes.
That's kind of important to me.
Yes. So it's the
That's a
4 of
lot
us,
of
and then my
siblings.
stepmom had 1, and I met her when she was like 2. And then my stepmom and my dad had 1 together, Emma, and she's 4, and she's my best friend.
Wait, one of her
Awesome.
siblings is 4
She's
years
Casey in the wall.
old?
She goes and gets her nails done with me. She spent the night
Whoa,
at my
that's
house,
a
like,
hell of an
like,
age
the
gap.
night before I came to this, she spent the night at my house because she was mad that I was leaving her forever.
Okay,
She's
that's
never
really
gonna see
cute,
me
though.
again. Like anyone that I marry, like they have to like kids. Like I want my kids to have love all the time.
Okay, that's valid.
Damn, every time I talk to you, it's just yeah, that's perfect.
You've definitely been like.
I know, how young is the
favorite
stepmom,
person to have a
honestly?
conversation with, and I feel
Oh,
like
is
you and I are, like,
episode
very
4
similar in a
shady?
lot
I
of
thought they only
ways.
released 3 episodes so far. Oh my god.
pull my heartstrings?
Really?
Yeah.
Finley, honestly, that's valid. I'm hoping that she meant it in a hyperbolic way and not in an actual, like, I don't have any other friends. I would like to assume that she does have other friends. Yeah, I think it's a common thing for people to say about little kids because, like, what they mean is, like, I'm very close and connected with this person or child. Like I said, I'm hoping that she's being hyperbolic.
Didn't shower at all. And by the
If
fourth day,
nothing else,
they
I
brought
think
me, like,
the
a
past seasons have taught
bucket
me to
with
give
hot
people the
water and a
benefit of the
shower
doubt because
Adrian and
Netflix
I
is so
have
fucking shady with the way they edit this show.
Intellectually, we've connected financially.
What does
I
that
like him
mean?
For
Connected
things
financially?
that I know I don't have.
What does that mean?
I haven't done what he's done, and having a romantic relationship with someone.
No, Finley, you're fine.
help
Leslie,
me
that's super true. When
thrive
kids
even
or when
far
people call their
beyond what
own
I
children their
can
best
do
friends,
alone
that's
is really
sometimes a role
exciting.
confusion issue. But when people talk about like nieces or nephews or like their best friend's kids as like their best friend, like I get that, you know.
I do tend to enjoy.
They've
some
already
finer things
Venmo'd.
in
Wait,
life,
what?
Whether that be luxury travel, nice clothing, food, alcohol.
Oh, wait,
My
have they
values are
actually?
the things that I care about more. It's about spending my time and having the experiences that I want to have before I die.
Okay.
I've climbed 70-story skyscrapers and climbed 71 stories.
I do love
of,
that she brought something up about
crane
in-laws
ladder
that's more than a first date.
sat there and watched-
Yes, I thought
watched
that
the
too,
sunset
Ellie. Like
above-
I appreciate
above the New York skyline.
the disclosure there because it felt like a good balance of like emotional vulnerability
traveled the world,
and
went
not
to South
like
Africa,
bleeding all over
volunteered
each
at
other.
Wildlife conservation. That's where I discovered wildlife photography. 20
Yeah,
days
I'm
spent
picking
in the
up those
bush, getting
vibes,
up with the
Melissa.
Sunrises, dealing with the mosquitoes, hiding from the sun under a
And
moss
that
like
like it's a
blanket,
super
and
valid thing what he's saying, but
Enduring
maybe
the
this is like a
scent of
personal
decaying
ick
carcasses,
of mine, so
been
that's
face
not
to
really
face with
fair
leopards and lions
for me to
tearing
judge.
apart their meal.
It's
And
just-
there's no greater thrill, I would say, than this
Okay.
prospect of finding true love here. Hi,
Yeah,
Nancy
a
Tanner.
wildlife photographer.
I
Okay.
can recognize your voice. You do have that radio station Beat 105.
Oh, no.
We're here with the Love Jams.
Hoy.
I feel like I can hear you saying that.
Yes, I think because it is like probably
I do
semi-scripted.
like kissing. It's definitely like
Okay.
whether you're kissing my lips, my back, my shoulder, my forehead. There's something that like literally wires endorphins that release
Well,
in my body
I mean,
when
yes.
The best
That's
sex
a
that I've
somewhat
ever
common
had.
experience, I would say.
Transcendental.
Hi, Tori. Thanks for coming to the live. We
You sort of sync
almost
up
got
with the other
booted
person. I
by
could feel
YouTube
the
earlier, but
pleasure
we're
that you're
back.
feeling
So
to bring you pleasure and
thanks
vice
for coming.
versa. When you're sort of synced up like that, every caress on the nipples, on your arm.
what's going on here?
A tongue down your
Why
tummy,
is he?
like both people
What is he?
enjoying
Why are
every-
we talking
every
about
second of
this?
it.
Mm-hmm.
Point is, I guess, to be connected. And
Right.
To keep the energy flow.
I am uncomfortable with this. I'm interested to see what her reaction is.
I've only been sexually open like this for like a couple years now. Like I
Oh
haven't,
no.
you know, been this dude who's just oozing sex my entire life. So the girl that I dated in Bali, 41-year-old.
Okay. If I wait for Andrew to finish, we'll be here all day. I think it's important to pause for the moment. And like, I think this is a moment where like two things can be true at the same time. I don't like a lot of the content that we make on the channel is, you know, like pushing back against purity culture leanings and like not doing the thing where we're like, oh my God, sex, that's wild, you know, because it's not. Like having a conversation about sexual chemistry, sexual compatibility, like those are important things, right? However, I think it's very, very important, first of all, to honor that this situation is like very similar to a first date. And if I was on a first date and someone started talking about my nipples without like any sort of contextual encouragement that that's an appropriate thing, like red flag. But B, I think this is also an important moment to honor that partners who are like masc or male or like carry any privilege in that regard in terms of like being smiled upon by the patriarchy, they carry a greater amount of like power and privilege into conversations like this, because female people, femme presenting people, people affected by misogyny, typically feel very, very uncomfortable shutting down those types of conversations because of the fear that like, if this creates a conflict, this person could harm me. Right. And so it's super frustrating to me that someone would just like headlong run into this conversation without the ability to like visually check in or without verbally checking in. Is this making you uncomfortable? Is this okay? And so like, for what it's worth, again, I don't want to character assassinate Andrew because I think the show does a really good job of doing that and I don't want to participate in that. However, If you are a person with that like patriarchal privilege, this is a good moment to like do some learning about like the power that you carry into situations and conversations like this, you know, like be mindful of the way that that might make another person feel. Because again, like I can't educate Andrew necessarily, but we can hold ourselves accountable for like the way that we're behaving and how that might impact other people. So just generally as a tip, I want to encourage people to be cautious with the way that we're approaching conversations around sex and physical and sexual intimacy, because it just can get dicey so quickly. Let's let Andrew monologue some more.
Me, a lot of that was around sex. That was my first experience doing orgasmic pleasure.
Yeah.
And what was interesting for me is that there's also this sexual kung fu, as they call it, for men. And it involves, the ultimate goal of that is to have an orgasm without ejaculating. And there's a set of practices, and I've worked on this over time. And at this point, I'm able to have sort of mini orgasms.
Like, what is going on? Why are we talking
sex,
about
which
this?
is the greatest, because once you open your
What's
mind
going
to
on
the
here?
idea of sexual pleasure becoming this holistic thing, and eroticism starting outside of the bedroom. It's like
Please
an
God,
avenue
make it
for
stop.
growth, and also like a source of intense pleasure.
This is
I don't think
like
I can share that with someone.
date 6, 7, 8, and
I
9.
think you need a teacher or someone
think-
to sort of
I don't
open
know.
your eyes to awaken you to this.
I think he might be. I don't know if he's talking about like prostate orgasms.
Yeah, who knows?
I
But
definitely
like,
shy away from
I'm so uncomfortable
wanting to
with this.
learn
This
and
is like
experience
date 6, 7,
new
8, or
things
9
in life.
conversations, not
I feel
date
drawn
1.
to you. I feel your energy to the wall.
Yeah, Margaret, it does come off as though he's trying to impress people, and it's weird.
Andrew,
Yeah, without checking on the comfort
or
of the
symptoms
person.
of a fluttering heart. It's very sexy. It's very romantic.
Yeah, this is.
It's hot in here.
I mean, I'm glad that Nancy's okay with it. I hope that she is actually okay with it. But again, the thing that I said still stands.
Hi.
Oh, Brennan. Have we met Brennan? Yeah, we have. Brennan and Colleen.
Yay! This whole experience, love.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Let's just say that, you know, with Brennan.
No, facts. She literally go get some toys and take out your energy somewhere else,
He's making me laugh.
please.
He's making me smile. And
The third date.
I'm
Okay.
excited to smile with my
Yes.
first
Oh, yeah,
date,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I
This
think
is a
that
third date
he's
sitting on the
over
bedroom
there,
floor
so
conversation.
we'll see.
Yes.
How you doing today?
Also, after someone has expressly
sit on the
invited you
floor.
to discuss this, you know, don't just come
Oh
out
my
with
gosh,
it.
I'm so
Jesus.
excited to talk to you.
Whew. Gosh.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and I think like
Nothing's wrong.
the home keys, the like not being able to visually check in thing isn't necessarily a deal breaker. Because I get what they're saying in that like not being able to visually essentially like discriminate against someone can be useful in terms of like us not leaning so heavily on these like preconceived notions. But in that case, then it's very important to verbally check in. Because you know that you can't read body language. And so I think it should be a conversation that's had, even if it's just by the producers with the people in private, that like you need to be checking in to make sure that we're not making someone uncomfortable, to make sure that we're not hurting anybody, to make sure that we're not like aggravating anybody's wounds. Like it's very dangerous. And like, again, I think an issue that the show just doesn't address or like honestly care. I don't think that they really fucking care, which bothers me a lot. Ready, go. Yeah.
I feel like we had something going on.
Yeah, the expectation of commitment is also an
and
issue.
I really like that. I really enjoyed it, but I definitely need to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know we had something. I found somebody somebody that I just connect with, and I'm very excited, and I want to move that relationship forward, and it's just. I definitely
I
found
appreciate
the
this,
person
though.
that I had
No,
a.
I got you.
Oh boy.
I'm over here
this is Colleen.
pouring my heart and soul to somebody, and they are just not feeling it. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, that's super
In the
valid.
World, but I think guys are attracted to me because they find a ballet dancer is super interesting.
Now it's making
I
sense
would
why she
say
talks about
they
being a ballet
are
dancer so
attracted
much.
to my looks rather than my
Celine, yes, we
personality.
very much
And
are.
So unfortunately, after a few dates, they're like, "Oh, she's a pretty face," or oh, it's fun talking to a ballet dancer, but then they're like, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Adios, amigo.
Adios.
Adios.
All right.
I will say, like, I super appreciate the fact that he was just open and honest, especially after like the Shane situation, the Barnett situation. I appreciate that he was just open and honest about like, listen, I'm just really feeling somebody else and I want to move that relationship forward. And so like, sorry, you know? But I think it's also important to honor that like rejection does suck, you know, like this is a hard thing. And I think also like something, I don't know if we've discussed this before, but I think sometimes this show is an interesting window into like the emotional state of people who are typically in a place of privilege in like the dating world, because the show only casts conventionally attractive people. It's interesting to see how people like this handle rejection because they're, I think, typically not used to experiencing it in such a high amount, you know? And so I find it very interesting to see how people respond to it. Okay, what's going on here? You guys be nice to Colleen. I know she talks about being a ballet dancer a lot, but also for what it's worth, sometimes we do this where we find something that's interesting about ourselves and we talk about it a lot because we're very uncomfortable being emotionally vulnerable, or because Colleen may very well have been pigeonholed into this like beautiful thin woman thing, and like maybe that's uncomfortable for her, and so she really wants to find some way to like distinguish herself from other people, to find something that like makes her more than just a pretty person, you know? And so like I get that. I think sometimes like I don't disagree that she's talking about it a lot. But I think also like this is very human, and I don't want to like eviscerate a person for, you know, trying to find a trait about herself that isn't just related to her physical self, especially because women and femme people are so shit upon by the patriarchy, you know? And also this is, I think, to some regard or to some degree, the thing where like anything that a woman finds as like a hobby, people, or like especially the patriarchy, finds a way to make fun of. Yes, yeah, also the show I think is probably editing her in a shitty way. Yeah, exactly. It's probably taken up a lot of her life, and it's something she cares a lot about, you know, like, I don't know, like, is it a person that I would want to talk about dancing all the time? Probably not. But there are very much people who probably would find that interesting and would be happy to hold space for her to talk about ballet as much as she wants to. So, you know.
Not fun.
Poor thing. Yeah, Juliana. It's hard to know to what degree she's leaning into it or like the show is just editing her. Yeah, I think that's valid.
Come on, baby.
Aw, this is sweet. It's nice that they're all being supportive of her. Also good for her for letting her feelings out. Yeah, Ellie, I think maybe that's part of what it is too. Yeah, fax machine, potentially. Which also, again, is like a very human thing. A lot of us do this, you know?
He was like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I
Yeah.
don't see anything.
No, exactly.
Nice deep breath. Nice deep breath.
Okay, I don't want to fast forward to the emotional parts, but also the music I think might get us struck
It's really
down.
weird.
So
Like you're going through shit, and
that's
then you're like, there's other people, and you're like, wow, I felt bad about it, and I hope it wasn't rude in any way.
That's nice, Brandon.
You know, probably was, but you know, I'm never gonna apologize for the way I feel about Alexa at all.
All right, that's sweet.
Did you think this was gonna happen when you came?
Fuck no.
It makes me sad though, because I don't want
Not-
either of these people to get hurt, and I have a
not
feeling
even
it's
close.
coming
I mean, I
because
was
this show
hopeful. Yeah.
has a terrible
this is
track
that's
record
right.
for successful relationships. Also, this
And then it
shirt
turned
feels like
into,
it's choking
like,
me. Ugh.
Wow, I really care about this person.
This is why I don't normally
And
wear
then it turned
t-shirts,
into-
you guys.
Never seen this
I
person,
want
but
to like them
find
so bad.
So sexually attractive. Another weird thing to say.
No,
but
that's
it's
cool.
because you guys. I feel like it's because of that connection, that mental connection.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, I think Brandon handled it as well as somebody probably can. It's hard to know, again, to what degree that was like editing and stuff, but still.
Fuck yeah, we got game night.
So before we play any games,
Oh no, really? I don't know that we've really seen Cole very much. if we
just
have,
let you
I
know
wasn't
where
really paying
I am
attention.
right now mentally, like where my thoughts are on things. Okay. So first off,
He looks like Anthony Padilla.
I wanted you to know.
Does he?
I grew up without.
Oh no,
anything,
little
see, like,
mushroom. Bye. Thank you for being
I've had
here. I
negative money in
appreciate
my
you.
life. I've had nothing. I'm at the point in my life where I love what
Yeah,
I do.
hopefully we don't have a Shake
And I'm not
2.0.
concerned about that. I'm not that person. Like, my level of happiness throughout life has not been based on that. It's been based on love, and I haven't found love.
Okay. Who would win, a bear or a wolf guy? Oh,
So,
okay.
look, I'm
Oh,
honest, like,
okay.
Never in a million years did I think I was going to find love out of this.
I am
Wait,
the
why
most
did you get on the
skeptical
show then?
Person, I feel like.
For fame,
I want to
probably.
be honest with you on where my emotions
Maybe she's just
are,
hopeful. Who knows?
Because
yeah, Shake
it's
was
very
rough.
scary, but I know that like I need to tell you this. I'm completely in love with you.
Oh.
Like you're 100%
Oh
my
my
lobster.
God.
You're my person.
I love you too.
I just,
It's like I really fucking like love you.
you know, I want, yes, like same, Lori. I want to like it so bad because it's so cute. And I just am such a fucking sucker for like romance and love. I think it's so cute. But at the same time, I'm like, do you? Like, can you really? Can you really love someone after not really getting to know them that much? I don't know. And I guess it's hard because like I wasn't there. But I just, I don't know. Yeah, Amber and Barnett are still together, but and Cameron and Lauren. So there's 2 out of all of the couples that have been on Love is Blind that are still together. So not a great track record. That's a lot of pressure when you just, yes. That was express shipping, Aaron. No, literally, it just, I'm so torn because I want people to be happy and I like seeing people happy, but I just don't know to what degree this is really feasible. And also, again, I want to highlight that this show is inherently manipulative of people's emotions because they're isolated, they're removed from their typical support system, they're in this environment that's highly competitive, that breeds this attitude of like needing to win. They're also in this environment with a bunch of other people who are also being emotionally manipulated. And so it's just like everybody's getting whipped up all the time for these 10 full days. And I am curious about to what degree that influences people's decisions. You know, I think it's fair to say that being in an emotionally manipulative and emotionally isolating environment might cause people to make decisions that they wouldn't normally, both for the good and for the bad. Yeah, like Carolina, that's such a good point because like on a typical like, you know, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th date, if someone said, I love you and I want to get married to you, a lot of people would be like, whoa, that is so much. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. And I think it's important that like we honor that that's common and okay and like a very healthy boundary to be setting if that's not your comfort level, you know. But then in this situation, it's okay. Yes, very much the fundies and the courtship thing, you know, like I just don't, I don't know how to feel about it.
That's like honestly the greatest day of my life.
It is.
Like in every way.
Oh my God,
Like,
this
every
makes
night,
me
like,
so
I
nervous.
I'm like, God, I wish like Brennan was like here with me. I wake up in the morning and like I wish he was here with me. Like very legitimately, like just really love you.
I just don't.
I'm so into you.
I just love
I haven't even seen
Yeah, you don't know them that well.
Gosh, I don't know.
I think the other thing about this actually that I want to point out too that I think is just like useful and when we talk about relationships generally, especially if, you know, we're noticing like a tendency to fall really fast or like to be super involved with people really quickly, it's helpful to like pause and take stock of like, how well do I actually know this person? Like, for example, if I wanted to build this person like a surprise care package, do I know what their favorite snacks are? Do I know what drink I would put in it? Like, what's their favorite color? What's something that would make them smile? What's like something that I can include in this that's like an inside joke that we have that would remind them of a memory we have? And if you can't answer all of these questions, then it might be a useful time to step back and really assess like to what degree do I actually know this person, you know? Not that you need to know everything about them, not that you need to like be super deep in somebody's shit to have a meaningful connection with them, but like if we're not able to accurately say, like, I don't know, like what was their last bad relationship experience like? Or I don't know, like how do they respond to stress? Or what's something that they would need from me as a partner in a moment of sadness? Like if you can't answer these questions, then we need to be continuing to do the work of like building a relationship rather than like running headlong towards marriage and commitment. I really want to encourage people to practice an attitude of like caution with shows like this, because also I think we as the audience are being emotionally manipulated into thinking like, I want to be in love, I want to find this, and like maybe this is a thing that I can do where I just like speed run the dates and find like a soulmate, you know? And like maybe, but also maybe not, and maybe that's a very dangerous expectation to be setting for yourself. It like, I guess what I'm saying is that if you are a person who's actively dating and you're feeling like some insecurity or some just like fear or sadness or whatever about your relationships not looking like this, please know that practicing an attitude of caution, of like slowness with your relationships is very common, is very normal, and is also very much okay. Like it is far and away the safe decision to give yourself the time and space to really feel out what you want, how you feel, assess your compatibility. That doesn't make you like a prude or a baby. That's not like a sign that you're doing relationships wrong. Like the show sets some really problematic expectations. So please don't compare yourself to this show. That's all I'm saying. I need that document for my life. Oh yeah, the 136 questions. Ugh.
I don't know any of that stuff, but I know I love
It does seem like a parasocial relationship generator. Yes, Lori, that's what I'm saying. I am fast forwarding because of the music. Sorry. I wish that they would structure the show as like a meet someone that you want to like, I don't know, like move in with at the end of this, or like commit to a relationship with, and then I don't know, like we'll follow you for 3 months and see how it goes. Like anything other than legally binding yourself and getting married. Because also divorce is very expensive and sometimes traumatizing depending on the circumstances. Sign a lease together. Yeah, something. I don't know. I also, again, am very frustrated by this insinuation that relationships need to progress in this ever increasing amount of entanglement, you know, like people who choose to never get married have perfectly valid and happy relationships. People who choose to never have children together have perfectly happy and valid relationships. People who choose to not cohabitate can have perfectly valid and happy relationships. And you don't need to have these like outward symbols of like entanglement in order for your relationship to be real. It just also, I think, sets like some really problematic expectations that like all relationships should be aiming towards this one thing. And like, that's not true, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Don't get a dog together. Go to IKEA together. Yeah. Honestly, like there's just 3,000 things that they could be doing other than forcing them to get married.
I've never used one. What?
Used what?
Never. I know. Is that weird?
No, it's not. It's
Wait,
not,
used
it's
what?
Not weird. I'm not. That's no shame. Don't take shame.
What?
Either.
Wait, what are we?
Oh shoot!
What is happening? I rewound it.
I almost packed my vibrator coming here. I have never used one.
Oh,
What?
Either.
this is interesting.
Never.
Yeah, I just rewound.
No, is that weird?
No, it's not. It's not.
No, it's not weird.
I'm not. That's no shame. Don't.
Yeah,
Take shame.
thank you.
Just shock. I get butthurt if someone doesn't like me.
I just want to address that really quickly. The use of sex toys or not use of sex toys is a morally neutral thing. If you like using them, use them. If you don't like using them, then you don't have to. I think, yeah, this was actually kind of a cool moment. I'm glad they included this. Because both decisions to like using a vibrator or to not like using a vibrator, again, morally neutral, mean nothing. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. There's also like a variety of different sex toys that can be helpful in exploring one's own sexuality. But not everyone is a sexual being and needs to explore that if they don't want to. And so like, you know, and even if you do, like not everyone needs to be using sex toys in order to successfully explore your sexuality either. What about Amber and Barnett? Amber and Barnett, he ended up selling his house and moving into her apartment to try to pay off her debt. Oof. I mean, you know, I don't want to judge people. I'm in a very privileged position in terms of like debt and things like that. And so I don't want to judge anyone. Like it's not really for me to say, but Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. That's like a knock to my confidence.
Yeah, that's intense.
That's my own personal struggle hurdle.
I do want to encourage folks to practice financial responsibility when choosing to have children, because children are expensive.
So Brennan,
Amber has said she wants to divorce Barnett. I didn't know that.
Who just instantly goes into the room
Ugh.
and everyone's like, "Oh, like party has started."
Is this
Or
Cole?
If a guy can, have fun in an awkward moment, then he's the guy.
Yeah, Emma, I don't know about that one either. Is this Cole?
No, I love.
It is Cole.
Like,
Okay.
our
I picked him out.
That's
Good for me.
how we vibe off of each other, the banter.
Oh my gosh.
I will say, like, Amber and Barnett are not people that I'd probably, like, in my own personal life be friends with, but that doesn't mean they're bad people or that they don't deserve happiness. If they are happy, I hope that they're genuinely happy. If they're not, I hope that they're able to find happiness in whatever way that looks, you know?
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. Anthony Padilla vibes. Let me assess. I don't know a lot about Anthony Padilla, to be fair. He seems kind of country, though, no? Anthony Padilla gives me, like, alt boy vibes.
You know what? Yes, let's do it.
All right.
Let's pop him out.
Simply due to their names. Christine. I don't know about that.
How can you get past that? So.
Get past what?
I've been blinded ever since.
You've been blinded.
Oh, boy. Cole's a mixture of Barnett and Amber. Okay, assessing.
Colleen, please be the one.
I mean, he does have, like, the goofy
She's a
guy thing.
ballerina, and that just turns me on. Wife needs to have a nice butt.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
I think this is an inappropriate use of the pods. Not that I like the show or respect the show necessarily, but I do think it's frustrating when people choose to enter into a show whose whole ass fucking concept is like, don't try to choose a partner based on looks, and then they try to assume what their partner fucking looks like based on the questions that they're asking them. Like, it's so frustrating to me. Like, why are you doing this, you know? But also I am just frustrated by the way that I think that she looks turns me on, and I like the idea of her like being a ballerina because that means she's flexible or whatever. Like, why are you choosing a partner based on that? You know what I mean? Like, just don't. Again, my question is like, why are you on this show? Because I haven't heard him say anything about her personality or other than like, I like your energy. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like speak to what a ballerina's body type looks like, because honest to God, I don't really know. I don't know a lot about professional dancers. But I just am really frustrated by the like trying to assume what a partner looks like. Like, again, why are you on this fucking show then? If it's really important to you that your wife have a nice butt, then like go somewhere else where you can date and like check what their butt looks like, I guess. I don't know. Also, like, I don't really relate to that, but that's neither here nor there. It's morally neutral. I'm gonna stop talking. Let's see what's happening here.
Oh, she's smiling. She's smiling.
Again, if they're both happy with each other, and I just hope that that is like a safe and honest happiness.
I just don't know. I don't know. How can
Amanda,
you know?
same. Also, too,
Colleen.
Just for what it's worth, again, I think it's morally neutral to like the way that your partner's body looks, or to have certain likes or dislikes or turn-ons in terms of physicality. But in the realm of educating folks about like healthy relationship norms and whatever, it's very common for partners in like healthy and successful relationships to communicate that like I don't like my partner because of their body. I like my partner because they're my partner, and also I like my partner's body because it's my partner's, not because of the way that it looks necessarily. Like, that's very much an achievable norm in a relationship, especially for those of you if you have like insecurity or fears and like body dysmorphia and things like that. Please know that there are very much people in the world who will love you and value you, and if you guys are sexual beings, to find you sexually attractive, not because of the way that you look, but because that body belongs to a person that they very much love and are very much attracted to. It's sort of like the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Yes, exactly. And especially like with age and like fluctuations and changes and the way that our bodies just like adjust and flex and flow over time, it's important to view your partner as a human first and not as a body first, because also, like, again, the thing, we just recorded a video where I talked about this, but like, we are all just piloting meat suits that ultimately mean nothing about us and our value as human beings. And so again, it's just like a very much achievable and reasonable expectation that your partner would view you as a human first and not as a body.
I see us having like amazing sex.
Ellie, definitely
hot
that.
babies, but being poor.
I'm frustrated by Cole. I hope that the show is just editing him to be this way. That's not actually a reflection of his personality.
I don't even know what I want completely. It's like
Yes, Celine, exactly.
You know?
What it
I'm here
is, a
for it.
nice butt. A big butt, a small butt, a toned butt. Like, what does that mean?
Hi, Zainab.
Oh my god!
You have such a cute voice, brother.
Finley, but it's true.
Bonus points.
We just are like a sack of wet electrical flesh that's piloting a meat suit.
You
know?
would be a blast.
And it all means
I am a
nothing.
blast. So, tell me, what are some things I should absolutely
Hi, Jen Ellen. I
know
didn't realize you were here.
Let me just stroke my ego real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's definitely related to my body insecurity and abs.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. We
Oh,
love
you is
personal
bad.
revelations.
Listen,
High
you
five.
should
Love that for
absolutely know
you.
that I love the outdoors. You should absolutely know that I love God.
Also, massively love God.
Wow.
It's a very interesting
family.
thing to say.
Tell me about your family.
Good for them for sharing about their
I
faith,
have
though.
an older sister and a younger brother, and my parents
Mhm.
are still together, so very loving. You know,
Finley,
I feel
that's
like we were
valid.
maybe a little more close knit than some families. What about you?
I just have one older sister.
Facts,
She's still in
Richie.
England. She's 8 years older.
Yeah.
But my parents have passed away. We lost them kind of at a young age, so.
Okay.
Sorry, this is a lot to unload on you.
No.
My dad passed away when I was 13 years old. We were water skiing on Lake Worth. He got back in the boat, started complaining about his back hurting, passed out. We called
Oh, wow.
paramedics.
This is
and there was
super traumatizing.
He just passed away at the hospital. They never brought him back to life. And
Juliana,
my mom at the time
I don't know
had benign brain tumors.
because I
They
haven't
weren't
really been paying
cancerous,
attention to whether
but they
people
were
are
very aggressive.
religious or
They
not. I feel like
didn't
that's fair.
respond to chemo or radiation, and then she passed when I was 18. So I lost my
Yeah, this
dad
is
at
traumatic as
13, and
hell.
then 5 years later, I lost my mom. So I kind of call my teenage years like my absolute grieving year. Like I truly.
Sorry, I was laughing
grieved
at
for,
something
like,
in the chat. I'm not laughing at her.
Yeah.
To be clear.
But it made me grow up really fast.
Wow, you have
Mhm.
a story, girl.
Mhm.
I do have a story.
Yeah, content warning for parent loss. Sorry,
Wow.
guys.
Wow. This I
I
did,
did not know that this
expect
was coming.
this date to catch me the way it did.
Sorry.
No, it's not sorry. That's a really good thing. I feel like you're doing a great job of sharing.
Okay.
I just started to like you a lot more after this date.
Okay, so several things that I want to unpack here. First and foremost, I want to encourage folks, especially in like a first date type of scenario. It's like a hard thing because it's probably something that has shaped a lot of her life and influenced the way that she views the world and her relationships and herself. No, Megan, you're okay. Don't worry about it. But I do think that there's like a time and a place and a way to disclose our personal traumas to future dates and things like that, because it can very much come off as like trauma dumping, especially when you don't have that level of comfortability yet. You know, like it's also important to make sure that when we do share these disclosures, we're doing so in a way that isn't potentially traumatizing or re-traumatizing to someone else. And so this is like a tricky territory. In terms of like how to do this, I would very much encourage people to be visually and verbally checking in. Like with this scenario specifically, if you were on, you know, like date 3, 4, or 5, to say like, hey, there's something I want to share with you about my family. You know, it's kind of heavy. It's about like parental loss. Is that something that you're okay with hearing? Or is that something that, you know, you're okay with if I talk about? You know, it matters to me. It's important to me. It's shaped the way that I view stuff. And so I want to share it with you, but, you know, I just want to check in, see if that's okay if I share that. I know that it might feel a little bit clunky and like fair enough. But like in whatever way you're able to communicate that fits with your style of being and speaking and stuff, essentially just like verbally checking in and visually checking in. You know, I want to share this. It might be kind of heavy. And also too, to give people the opportunity to say like, you know, it's a lot. And so I want to talk about it, but if at any point you're overwhelmed, feel free to just like, let me know. And we can table it. We can talk about it another time, you know? I want to emphasize that this is something that is like, in theory, a healthy disclosure and important to be making, something that's very okay to want to share, and that it's helpful and I think important to be respectful of people's limits in this area. Because again, like also in this situation, like we don't really know what someone's walking into the room with, you know? Yeah, I think there are definitely factors that we're not seeing here. I feel like some of their dates had prompts for discussion like sex, the hardest one. Yeah, Carmen, I think that's probably true. Which again is frustrating to me because Netflix is manipulating people into sharing things that they're maybe not comfortable with sharing, which bothers me. But like, I want to be clear. I'm not like saying that the way she's sharing this is wrong or bad. Like also, especially if the producers are needling them to talk about it. I don't think this is on her, but just, you know, for the sake of like learning and us like walking away with some kind of tools after this fucking show. Doing check-ins with people is like not a weird thing. It's not embarrassing or wrong or cringy. Like it's okay to tell people like, hey, I have a thing I want to share with you, but it might be kind of a lot. So like, is it okay? Like that's very much allowed and like not weird. Yeah.
Cole,
I'm just being honest.
are you getting soft on me?
No, I'm here to find a wife.
I didn't know they had conversations card. Yeah. In the past season, I know for sure they had like a game, like a little card game. We just saw someone come into the room with like game night stuff. And I think also producers might tell them beforehand, this is what I want you to talk about in this pod. So.
I'm a cute little flight attendant if you ever see me on a plane, but I don't really get approached. I don't know what it is. I don't get hit on.
Ooh, there's
back
potentially
home.
some
I don't get
insecurity
hit on,
there.
On the plane, you know, who's gonna hit on me?
Yeah,
when I
exactly.
study at the gym, right? But,
when you're kind of numb to it. That's
right
super
person
valid. But still like an important skill to develop, you know, because not everyone is comfortable with it. And you can always ask too, especially if you're with another person who's comfortable with trauma dumping. Or not trauma dumping, but like someone who also has a similar trauma history maybe. Yeah. I think so too. I think she did a good job of checking in and stuff. Especially because again, I think the producers probably needled them into having that conversation. I don't think she like was being a shit or anything.
Maybe I'm just trying to figure out what being in love
Finley,
really
same.
Is.
I would not want someone to hit on me while I was on a plane where I have no escape. No, thank you.
Alexa is making me a believer in this process, in this experiment.
Oh boy, are we gonna get a proposal?
I feel more open about the world. Love, to me, that's the most important thing in life. Makes me feel good.
Yes, Megan, I think so too. A lot of people gave Shane shit last season for how like wiggly he was, but like I would be the same. I'd be losing it. I'd be climbing the walls if I couldn't leave. I need something. Literally, even now, I'm like fidgeting with stuff and talking over the show. Like I need sensory input, or I'm gonna lose it.
Alexa.
Yes.
Yeah, Finley agreed.
Hi.
Proposal in episode 1 feels like a lot. Is it happening? Oh, it's happening. Yeah, if you have a very empathic partner, I think it's super fair, again, for that to be a disclosure that's made. I like her dress.
I heard a song
Celine,
last night.
yes. Can't just sit and do nothing.
I kind of broke down a little bit. It was about a country boy who went to the
Yes,
big
it's
city
very
for his
common to
dream.
struggle with knowing where the boundaries are and what the boundaries are when you grew up in a traumatic environment, which is why I think it's useful learning to do, you know, because some people might have that same comfort level and some people might not. And so it's good to be assessing and checking and making sure we're being respectful of people's boundaries. Julia, I think this show sucks.
You make me so happy.
I think a lot of people think this show sucks. I want to like it, but like I don't. I feel very torn in half about the show.
I just want to tell you I love you. I want to spend every day of my life.
Do the proposals out of order? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Ellie, I can see that for
trying to
sure.
make you happy in any way I can. I'm gonna fight for you.
Very much see that.
And I promise you, no matter what happens in the future, I'm always gonna be there for you and with you. I'm gonna stay next to you as long as you let me.
Tori, yes. Jen Ellen, I appreciate you watching the show with me. I think it's super fair to not want to watch it on your own. It's a lot. Oh, it's happening.
Will you marry me?
Even though one person comes back from a proposal, everyone is all dressed up. Yeah, I think proposals probably do happen on the same day. That's fair. There's like proposal day, and they just edit it to look different. I wish people who've been on this show would talk about that, though. I want to know. Can someone tell me how it works, please?
Yes, yes, I will.
Yay. I struggle with it because I want them to be, look how cute he is. Yeah, I want them to be happy so bad. Like, I want it to be real and true, and I want them to feel safe and happy. But I just don't know if Netflix really sets this up this way. Yes, Hannah, they do. Okay, yeah, Aaron, that's fair. I'm sure they NDA out the ass.
And this is the most perfect thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, they probably do.
You make
Christine,
me
you're
so
right.
happy.
I still want to know, though. If someone could violate their NDA for me, please, that would be great.
Hope you know what you're signing up for. I'm a lot. I'm a crazy mess. Like, you're signing up first, like maybe like a toxic obsession that I have for you. So
okay,
just like forewarning.
Don't love that.
Forever and always.
Forever and always, babe.
So like you can't run. You like literally can't.
Oh boy.
There's no running allowed.
Don't say that. There's very much always running allowed. You can always exit a relationship if it doesn't feel safe or like a good fit for you. I know she's probably being hyperbolic, but still, don't say things like that. Just also too, if your sense of worthiness only comes from a partner, I would encourage you to do further work on like feeling like you're enough on your own, because you are. Relationships ideally are two people meeting to complement one another and be part of a vibing, lasting partnership, you know? Not being dependent on one another to feel whole.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Cole?
Good.
I would feel unspecial if someone ever proposed to me.
I'm good. I would say I have
Baby,
feelings for
stop
Cole
being sarcastic.
Because when I talk to
Oh
Cole,
yeah,
I'm smiling
Aaron,
the
we
whole
have to take
time,
bets about who's
and he's
gonna
giving
last at the
me
end of this
a lot of
episode.
signs
Guys,
that
don't
he's
let me
into
forget.
it. He
Someone
could be
please
the
in the
love of my
chat.
life.
Mental
I mean, I
note,
think
Aaron
so.
and I
I
need
hope
to
so.
take
Fingers
bets on who's
crossed.
gonna last.
So I've
in the
heard that you
show.
guys have been slacking on the fashion, not gonna lie.
I would like to say that I'm wearing a very nice outfit right now. Guess what?
Wait,
animal
baby, are we
is
betting
my
on who will get married and say yes at the altar, or ultimately
like
who
a
will
little
stay
print
together?
all
Because
over the
those are
socks.
different. Okay, that's nice that he has turtle socks.
I don't know why this is coming
Rearranging
up.
people's
A
sentences.
turtle?
Oh my God,
Oh
Ellie,
my
that's so
God.
interesting.
Wait, really?
What just
I haven't keep track of the names. Kind of
There's
same.
actually turtles
That nobody lasts.
on my socks.
Yeah.
That's
The messiest
insane.
couple? I could see
I
that.
am like actually blown away.
I think we should take two separate bets on who's going to say yes at the altar and then who will ultimately end up staying together.
So
I guess like maybe we'll like at the reunion who's no, because even then like the after the altar
We have
special.
the same like energy.
I don't know.
I think that's a good sign.
We'll do the couples when they pick each other. But I predict one
agree.
actual wedding. Okay,
But if
Aaron,
you and I
that's
to be
valid.
Married, like we're gonna have to go deep.
Yeah.
Is that something like you're willing to do?
Okay, that's a fair question. Yeah.
What do you use?
I don't know. I
for
like
talking
placing bets
about?
early
What's kind of
though,
your
Celine.
expectation?
Is it Celine or
just not
Selena,
used to
by the
getting
way? Because I know there's an E at the
I
end.
don't
Do you
wanna
pronounce
say
it
I'm,
Celine
like,
or Selena?
Shallow by any means, but I'm comfortable with keeping things surface level and fun.
That's an interesting choice on a show like this.
Because that's who I am.
For me, like a marriage
Just
is
Selena, no A. Okay,
gonna be very
got it.
deep. And
Celine,
like,
duly
doesn't
noted.
mean
Thank
that
you.
we wake up every morning talking about our most emotional things or some big
12 to
heady
14 women body,
idea or
having a
something
normal
like
sized
that, but it
woman
just
being the
means
plus
that,
size
like,
cast member.
I
Yes,
know
Megan,
for
it
sure I don't
does.
want a shallow
Because
marriage
her being viewed as plus sized is really strange to me as like a person
I
who's
don't
just
know.
barely on the cusp of being plus sized.
I don't know. I've never been attracted to that.
Because
I've never
like
gone for that.
hold on, I'm gonna watch this and then we're gonna talk about it.
I don't know.
Yeah, of course,
For
Celine.
me, that I can do that in a marriage.
I think that's super
I want
valid.
that serious relationship.
Yeah.
So
All
I
I'm
get
saying.
that it's not super attractive to only be in those kind of shallow relationships.
I don't
and
understand
I'm working
this.
on it over here,
Mhm.
and that's all I gotta say right now. I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I have no words right now just because I'm
confused.
over here like wheels are turning.
Yeah.
Yes,
like,
same. I want someone with a belly, like an
Makes
apple-shaped
sense.
body,
like,
an
what
apron
I'm
belly, a
feeling
bee
right now is,
belly.
like, you want a deep marriage, but you're still like getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
I
average
feel like I am
American
there.
woman is actually like a size 18 now, I think. Oh my God.
I can't see myself getting
Can
on a
we
knee
get over this
with you.
conversation, please?
I just feel like something's off. I feel like you're looking for someone who's a little different than me.
Yeah, I think talking about serious and surface level things in a marriage is a very reasonable expectation.
Maybe I am a shallow person, then, you know, whatever.
Oh no.
Or how you're reading me, but I know I'm not.
Oh boy. I am noticing
out,
some
Cole.
defensiveness.
Peace out.
Oh boy. I think this is probably hard for Colleen too, because this is the second rejection that we've seen on camera at least.
Yeah.
So that probably doesn't feel good. Okay, two things. First of all, I want to pause and talk about the body representation here, because am I happy that there is somewhat more body diversity on this season? Yes, obviously. However, I do very much want to call into the room that the person that they've sort of typecast as like the plus size person very much still has a body that for a lot of conventional beauty standards fits I call it the like torrid model body, because it's a person who still has like a flat tummy, who has an hourglass shape, who has like a lot of the things that people think of as like conventionally attractive, you know. Actual plus size people have hip dips and wrinkles and like lumps and bumps and apron bellies and bee bellies and small boobs and big boobs and saggy boobs and like small hips and, you know, like apple shaped bodies. Like there is a lot of body diversity that's still being left on the table, and I understand that it's a reality show. I get that they far and away prefer probably casting people who fit the conventional beauty standards, because so much of TV is about projecting ourselves onto these aspirational characters. I understand that. And also I am still fucking disappointed because the truth is that the average human being in this country and in the world looks very different than the people who are on this TV show, and it's frustrating and sad, and also it fucks with your brain. Like as a person who has you know, recovered from an eating disorder, is like actively in eating disorder recovery, and also as a person who does a lot of work around body positivity, it fucks with your fucking brain to be surrounded by media that pushes this message that everyone doesn't look like you, because that's not fucking true. One of the things that I encourage clients to do all the time when we're working on body positivity is to practice surrounding yourself with media that is filled with people who look like you. And if social media is the thing that helps with that, very much I want to encourage you to do that. But even if you're not able to do that, like, please know that this representation of like a plus size person is not at all reflective of like reality and like the way that the real world looks. Hold on. The chat is like, yes, the torrid model body, very much. Oh, thanks, Anna. I like my hair too. I appreciate that. Yes. Yeah. Like there's just very little body diversity in terms of like a lot of the people on this show having, you know, like big butts and big boobs and small waists, and, you know, it's frustrating. Also, there are no plus size men on this show, which is also frustrating to me. Okay. Yeah. And disability representation too. No one on this show has disabilities, which is super frustrating. At least not that they've spoken about or that we are aware of. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the like deep versus shallow relationship thing that Cole and Colleen just talked about. I think it's, again, a reasonable expectation to want a partnership in a marriage where you're able to have deep emotional disclosures and emotionally vulnerable conversations. I'm torn in half about this issue, though, because I disagree with the premise of this show in that it encourages people to go emotionally deep before I think it's probably safe to. And I think it is also important to honor that in a marriage, ideally, we're able to have emotional closeness and deepness and having conversations about things that aren't surface level, like the brunch that we're going to go to and a TV show. There are varying levels of intimacy. And at the top end of that intimacy spectrum are things like objective facts, like the weather, you know, I don't know, like things that we can just observe to be true, right? Underneath that being like opinions about things, like TV shows are opinions about media or politics or whatever, right? And underneath those things are like hopes and beliefs, goals that we have for our life. And like below that is all of our like deepest level shit, like the things that shape us as a human being, like our trauma history, like our morals and beliefs and values about the world, the way that we see ourselves, the things that we want for ourselves. All of those things are like important and I think necessary to have a successful partnership, regardless of whether it's like romantic or platonic. Like having deep relationships requires us to have that level of emotional disclosure. So I hear what Colleen is saying in that like maybe she doesn't feel ready to do that, and I don't want to typecast her as like a shallow, shitty person, because I think it's fair in this environment to feel uncomfortable with that, you know? Like we can so easily get sucked into this premise of the show that like this is a normal thing to be doing, and like it's not actually. Like sharing those deep emotional things about yourself in such a fast timeline isn't normal, and I think a lot of people would have a hard time getting there. So I understand her frustration in that like she doesn't feel ready to do that, and she feels like maybe pressured by Cole. So like I want to validate that, and also at the same time I think it's important that she also recognize that wanting that emotional deepness is like a valid want in a relationship eventually. So like, again, very much a moment where two things are true at the same time, you know? Yeah, mentioning her profession so much to avoid sharing other things. That's fair. I think that's probably potentially true. But yeah, also, Celine, that's such a good point. Like being mindful of the fact that those deep emotional disclosures that you're going to share are going to be put on fucking TV. Like I wouldn't want to talk about my drama on this fucking TV show either, especially knowing that so many people from the cast have talked about how Netflix portrayed them in a way they never anticipated. Like they did not expect the write-up that they got. And like, that's hard, you know? I don't know that I would feel comfortable doing that either. I do understand why a person who doesn't want to be open to deeper stuff would be on a reality show where you marry a stranger. Yeah, I think that's fair. I just don't trust Netflix to handle disabilities in dating. Yes. Yeah, the show Love on the Spectrum I've heard is really, really bad. Pretty much no one is like totally exempt. It feels really weird that the representation of disabled people is sectioned off. Yeah, I think that's fair. If you're a mid-sized person, I highly recommend out. Oh yeah, Carrie Dayton. Yeah, Carrie Dayton and Sierra Schulte are both great like body positive creators who speak about fashion and like dressing your body and feeling body confident and being kind to your body. Like I love both of their content. Sierra Schulte especially has been really vocal about the way that her body has changed after giving birth, and still embracing and loving her body anyways, which I think is great. Yeah, it's a tough situation, especially since she was coming off a previous rejection. Yeah, I think that's true. Actually, like Cole, for all of his, like being the sort of like goofy good time guy, I think did do a good job of just honoring that like these values don't align and I can't see myself proposing to you. Because again, we've had a lot of issues on this show with men just dragging people along for the sake of not wanting to lose their options. So like, I do respect that. Yeah, I don't think I'd label myself as like a fan or like not a fan of anyone on the show, because I just feel like we are never really able to know them. Yeah, it's hard. Okay, let's watch some more. We're almost done, thank God. I am just so frustrated by this show. I really like those light fixtures.
Rejection.
What did he say?
I don't know, he just like kind of shot me down. Yeah, I think he misread me, and he was just like kind of in a way called me shallow.
Well,
I think I took it.
That's
I don't know if
fair.
I'm reading the situation wrong, but
But they're casting outrageous people on purpose. Finley, that's probably true. Oh, poor thing. Experiencing rejection on a public stage is brutal. Oh, God. Is this what's happening? Is it? Yep. Oh, boy. Fully a fan of Lauren and Cameron. Okay, Megan, honestly, same. I do really like Megan and Cameron. Although I will say I feel comfortable saying that because we've been able to like sort of casually observe them on their own social media for several years now, you know? But like this is really hard to know because the only source of reference I have is this Netflix show where they don't have any control over how they're being portrayed.
I think this.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Yeah.
Extremely
I appreciate you guys.
And it shouldn't be.
Aw, Shy, thank you. That's so sweet.
Other people's
Yeah, Lauren and Cameron
ideas of
are
what
the
love should be,
exception. I
and
love Lauren and Cameron.
Maybe didn't focus on what I wanted love to be and finding somebody that I guess viewed love in the same way that I did.
It's so funny
is
seeing how
blind.
nervous they are. I feel so bad for
me,
them.
That answer is 100%.
Mature, emotionally developed people go
Yes,
on
absolutely.
here and say this violates my boundaries and then immediately leave the show and not make money. Probably true. But still, you know, a therapist can dream
I'm just
about
excited to
ethical
be
and
with her.
morally responsible
I'm excited
media.
to get to know her mannerisms. I'm excited to get to know the intricate little details.
I think I also am
She
just a bad
checks
person
with
to
her mouth
assess that
open,
because
and it could
I'm
be a
willing
pet peeve of mine,
to
but
take the
if
L
it's
on
anybody
like
that's
money
chewing
and
with their mouth
AdSense to
open,
make content that I think
hope
is
it
just
was
like
her
moral
next
and ethical.
Like I haven't thought
Which is
anything, like, about
not a
what
good
he, like,
business
physically
decision,
looks like for
but
me.
I
Like, it
stand
doesn't
by that
matter.
decision anyways.
I'm excited for him to see me. Obviously, I'm a little
Yes,
nervous.
the IKEA test, holiday dinner. Yes,
I'm
yes,
curvy.
yes. Get them
I love
lost
for
in a car
everybody.
together.
I
Make
just hope
somebody
it
fuck up
will
the
be for
directions
him.
and see how they handle that situation. Like, I would watch the shit out of that for sure.
I don't even know if she's right or left-handed.
I think it's such a good idea.
you know, those
Yeah,
things don't
I think
matter
Colleen did a
to
really
me.
good job of handling
You know,
their
everybody's gonna
rejection,
change. I'm
honestly. Are
probably
we
gonna
really
lose all
still
my hair.
yamming on?
Let's be
Can we just
honest,
open the
but,
doors and get
you
on with
know,
it?
If they lose
Christ.
all their hair, am I still gonna love them? Like, are we so superficial that we can't love each other for who we are?
Well, I mean, I hope that that remains true, sir. We'll see how you respond to a plus size, beautiful, well, a body diverse person on the other side of the room. I don't know that I'd label her as plus size, but
because
I guess it's
I
also
know that
unfair to
she's-
speak about someone's
she's
body like that. So we will see.
the perfect person for me. So
The
this is the biggest moment of my life.
fantastic race dating
For sure.
version. Yeah, that's true, babe. They're probably not going to show it in this episode. See, like, look at her silhouette. If I just saw the silhouette, I would not label her as a plus size person. This is what I'm saying. It fucks with your brain. Like, I'm labeling her as the plus size person on the show, even though she probably fucking isn't in real life. She just doesn't look like Malibu Barbie.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Boo. Fuck you, Netflix. All right, pause. Oy, 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 you guys. I am so stressed by the show. All right, I'm going to take this off really quick so we can chit chat about what's going on. Sorry for burping in the camera. Is that the one? Yeah, it is. Okay, great. Hide that. Perfect. Ah, guys, look at me knowing how to work OBS. Who is she? Yeah, this is so much better than editing. Thank you guys so much for being here and for being flexible with the stream. I know we had a bit of an issue at the beginning, but hopefully now we have learned and tomorrow's stream will be smooth sailing. For those of you who are in the chat that are patrons, we are going to have a very serious convo about Discord now that we have one, because I would really like to do that. I just need to figure out a way to do it ethically and safely that prioritizes everybody's well-being, because I feel really strongly about that. Tomorrow's live stream is going to be at 3 p.m. I think is the time that I said. I think it's 3 p.m. So I'll go live tomorrow at 3, watching episode 2. As of now, I'm going to put...
What's it gonna be at?
3.
I know, I was just fucking with you.
That's so rude. Aaron just came in here and confused me. Anyways, I am going to put the replays as of now, if I can get them. Oh my God. Nope. Thank you. Oh my God. That's so sweet. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Actually, that is something. Oh, predictions. Oh, Rebecca, thank you. Okay, hold on. My brain is overwhelmed. 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will put a time zone calculator in the chat. Whoops. Time zone calculator. Give me 1 second. I really like World Time Buddy because it does like a little graph thing. I just put World Time Buddy in the chat. So if you guys want to calculate your time zone, it will be 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's like 3 p.m. Tucson time. I also wanted to vary the times because I know that folks are in different time zones. So I'm trying to like reach, everybody, or like make this somewhat feasible for everybody. So I will be live tomorrow watching episode 2 at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Mountain Standard Time, whatever. It doesn't matter. Arizona doesn't have daylight savings time anymore. So Tuscan time. Thank you everybody for putting the time zones in the chat for your local time zone. I appreciate you. My hope is that we will be able to put the replay up on YouTube now that I have figured out the overlay situation. However, if YouTube doesn't take it and like blocks the replay, I will put it up on Patreon. I'm going to put it on the lowest tier on Patreon. So if you are not a patron and you want to watch the replays of this, I will put it on Patreon on the Patreon on the lowest tier, which is $5 a month. So that is that. Aaron, do you want to come in here so we can do some predictions? Because I have thoughts. This is a great time for us European, but it's give and take. Yeah, Daniela, I know that because I have quite a few patrons who are in Europe. So, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to put it on YouTube, but I just don't know if it's going to block it because we had that little hiccup at the beginning. All right. Yeah, let's see. Aaron, come in here.
Okay, what are the...
Lovey.
Do we need I need a tabulator.
I know. I feel like we're placing bets.
That's all important stuff.
Ooh, I'm also taking this off because they are hurting
my
ears.
I was like, how will you hear them?
I cannot hear the chat presently.
It's one.
You think it's going to be one couple? Okay,
one couple's getting married, yeah.
So you think there's going to be one wedding in this season?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that there is going to be...
Or if there's like more than one, immediately after the show's done airing,
yeah.
like, oh yeah, we're getting a fucking divorce, we're out of here.
Okay, that's valid. So I think that there's going to be 3 people who say yes at the altar.
Okay.
No, 2. I think there's going to be 2 people, 2 couples that say yes at the altar. And I think ultimately after the altar and all of that stuff is aired, when all the like dust is settled, I think there's going to be no couples that are still together again.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that sounds good. So
yeah.
I think so. One saying yes at the altar.
You say one saying yes at the altar.
Yeah.
How many do you think are going to actually stay together after all the content has aired?
I'll pick my single. Oh, it's so funny the delay.
I know. Do you want to scooch?
Oh. I'll
put it on.
It's really fine.
OBS so you can see.
Oh.
Put your little face in the.
Hi everyone.
Everybody say hi to Aaron. Say thank you to Aaron for helping me.
I will pick my couple.
Yeah, same. I'm not picking a couple.
Pick my
yet.
couple once they're all.
Yeah.
Once all the dust is settled.
Agreed. Okay. So as of now, predictions stand that Aaron thinks one couple is going to say yes at the altar, and after all the content is aired, do you think anyone's going to stay together?
I think one couple will stay together and at least until the reunion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
I think there'll be like one couple.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll make it to the reunion.
I think so too. I think there'll be at least one couple that makes it to the reunion and to the after the altar, but I think after all the content is aired, no one's going to stay together.
Okay.
But I think we'll have 2 couples that say yes.
I think one couple's going to make it this season.
I don't think so. I think their legacy has left them.
I mean, I'm on the outlier right now,
all right,
based off
valid.
the statistics.
Okay. All right. Is Aaron also in the mental health field? No, he jokes all the time that he has like an honorary master's degree because we talk about therapy
like
so
when
much
the Queen
together.
knights somebody. Oh shit, you can't say that anymore because.
But yeah, you can. When royalty knights somebody, I guess it's King Charles now. Is it Charles?
Who cares?
Yeah, that's valid. Who really cares about the royal family? So Tony, yes, ideally we will be able to watch the replay on YouTube. However, if Netflix blocks it in all territories, then I will have it up on the lowest tier of the Patreon. The link for that is in the description. My hope right now is that I'll be able to leave it on YouTube. If I can't put it on YouTube, I will post something in the community tab so that you guys know, and know where to find it. That said, I will be live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, thank you guys so much for all the super chats and stuff. I appreciate it a lot. Especially because we are not getting any AdSense on this content. So I appreciate you guys donating and stuff. Cause it, obviously like we're just doing this for vibes. So Aaron Isabella answer is the only correct. Yeah. Aaron Isabella answer now. who do we think was vibing that we didn't see interact? Honestly, I don't know. We're gonna have to watch episode 2 because I feel like this episode was very much oh God, what are their names? Alexis? I don't know. Never seen a Twocann do ballet. Okay, you guys. Yep, sheer love of the game. That's exactly what's going on here. Alexa, thank you, fax machine. An ice cream truck? If there is an ice cream truck, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I hope there's an ice cream truck. All right, you guys, we are Audi 3000. We're gonna go. Thank you so much for being here for the stream and for the super chats. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 2. And like I said, if you want to find the replay, I will put it in the community tab what the deal is with that. All right, love you guys the most. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging with us too when we had technical difficulties. So yeah, have a good day, everybody. Yes, I would love a queer plot twist. I doubt it, but everybody say thank you to Hannah also for being the most fabulous mod. Thank you guys so much for helping me, for being here. I appreciate y'all. They be blasting their music. Yeah, they really do. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Hannah is the best. Thank you guys. All right. Love you. Bye.